You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
The Jaguars steal the national spotlight with resilience as their new calling card. Against crybaby Mahomes and the Chiefs, they overcame a 14-0 deficit.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
And later, they overcame those freaking Zebras.
I mean, a huge, huge miss.
They might have fallen, but they got back up and delivered.
Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
In primetime, the Jags conquered the Chiefs and showed the NFL what this new era of Jaguar football is all about. Wake up, check in, it's time to talk Jags.
Amazing, man. What was that last night? Was that this morning?
It's like 3 hours ago.
Nice, man. AI?
No AI.
No, that's just straight some editing, man. I love it. Now,
props to news director Carly as well for helping me out with that.
Right on, news director Carly. Now, is Brent gonna put you in timeout for using video?
I got it cleared, man.
Oh, you got it cleared?
I got it cleared.
No, dude. I mean, that's fine, man. I'm all for the video. I feel like the more video we have, the better. What are they gonna do? Absolutely nothing. Happy Victory Tuesday, everybody. And before we get started, before we break down the game and everything, I feel like we don't do this enough as a fan base. Okay? I feel like we don't do this enough as a human race sometimes. Let's enjoy the present right now. Let's take a look at what we have in the city of Jacksonville. You have a 4-1 football team that sits on top of the division, that sits on top of the AFC. Yes, I know we have to play the Colts. Yes, we could talk about Trevor Lawrence. Yes, we can talk about the turnovers. But at the end of the day, you're 4-1. And yeah, we'll talk about the playoffs down the line and everything because, hey, they're within grasp already 5 games in the season, which nobody expected. Nobody expected from the hardest part of the schedule to be 4-1 right now. But we are. So let's just take a moment of silence to appreciate where we're at right now with 4-1. And silence. Now, Chiefs game. If this would have been last year, Monday night, down by 14, there's no way Trevor Lawrence and this team overcomes what happened.
No shot.
There's absolutely no way. But that's kind of the story of this Jaguars team, isn't it? Like, we're 5 weeks into the season, everybody. Now is the time where we can start saying what teams are, what their identity is. And if you see this Jaguars team right now, and like I had to go through this last night because everyone in the first half from back home in Wisconsin making fun of Trevor Lawrence, making fun of the Jacksonville Jaguars, embarrassing themselves on national television. Like, I've heard the narrative how many times before. But when we talk about what this team is and their identity, are they the sexiest team right now? Absolutely not. Is Trevor Lawrence the sexiest quarterback right now? Absolutely not. Do they have some of the sexiest play calling? Every once in a while, but you know what? Probably not. But at the end of the day, it's not the sexiest team. It's not the sexiest girl in the bar that you should take home. It's the girl that's willing to fight, to scratch, and to claw to try to appease you and make you happy. And that's what this Jaguars team is doing right now. It's not pretty. Okay, they haven't won, I feel like, a pretty game yet. But nevertheless, they're 4-1. And I don't know if this is course correction from last year, from the football gods in the universe for losing so many close games last year. I don't know if it's Liam Coen putting sage around the locker room, bringing a new juju and saying, hey, in these sloppy games, we're going to win them. I don't have an explanation for everything that's happening right now in Jacksonville. And maybe I don't need one. Maybe we can just sit back and say, you know what? In front of the national stage, we're 4-1. And you know what? And we want to talk about, was that the defining Trevor Lawrence moment right there? Man, I'll tell you what. The Trevor Lawrence experience, get me off this damn ride sometimes. Get me off the ride. The first half, I'm taking it from all angles in terms of text messages. This is your quarterback. This is the guy that you guys are championing in Jacksonville. And isn't that the story of Trevor Lawrence?
It is, man.
Where there's some good and there's some bad.
Holy cow.
And sometimes you fall into things, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. But damn it, he gets the job done. And it happened last night. Go back to the San Diego Chargers here. First half, Trevor Lawrence. What was that? Second half, Trevor Lawrence. Great to see you. This is the Trevor Lawrence experience, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we signed up for now, right? There's going to be games, probably every single game, where it's going to be a roller coaster, okay? There's going to be a lot of downs, and there's going to be like, okay, well, now he's looking like a professional quarterback, and then some more downs. Then at the end of the game, 2 throws, Dwami Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., that a lot of quarterbacks I feel like couldn't make.
Yeah.
Once again, no rhyme or reason why it happens, but it just happened like that. Like, it's insane. Hamby, can we fix the normalization on my microphone?
We can adjust it.
Adjust it a little bit. Appreciate you. Yeah, so the whole Trevor Lawrence experience, that's one thing. At the end of the day, Hamby, and once again, let's go to the defense real quick. I mean, there's so many things to break down in this game. Devin Lloyd, is he the best defensive player right now in the NFL? He just might be. And that's not an exaggeration. Because, okay, maybe one game, you're in the right spot at the right time. Okay, maybe 2 games, okay, 3 games. No, this is starting to be an identity now, this Jaguars defense. And Devin Lloyd might be the best thing going right now in the NFL. Like, 99 yards, pick 6. Are you kidding me? Like, it almost reminds me, and this is going to go back to the hardcore Jaguar fans, the OG Jaguar fans. Like, I remember when Sean, right on time, Considine, lucked into a couple interceptions to win you football games. Okay, by the way, shout out to Sean Considine. Haven't talked to that guy in like 15, 16 years. Hope you're doing well, Sean. Friend of the show, we'll say. Yeah. Sean Considine, always on time. But there's got to be some point where we got to start asking with Devin Lloyd, is he just that good? Right? You can luck into one interception here or there, but being in the right spot at the right time, eventually your football prowess is going to take over. And that 99-yard interception against a Patrick Mahomes offense that doesn't turn the ball over too much, chef's kiss.
Fold him.
Turn the whole game around. And, last but not least, and then I'll let you talk here, Hamby. I spoke on this in the Jaguars pregame show because everybody was saying, okay, well, at least against Kansas City, you can run the football. And this is why sometimes analytics and PFF and all that stuff drives me crazy. Because if you look at analytics and you see how many yards the Chiefs give up on defense in terms of rushing, you would agree, okay, Travis Etienne's going to have a big day. Tootin's going to have a big day. But then when you actually deep dive in the numbers and you see how teams have ran the football against them, it's all in garbage time. Mm-hmm. Justice Hill had like a 75-yard touchdown I saw in garbage time when they played the Ravens. Against the Giants, like the Giants got absolutely shut down on offense, and at the end, when like they had like their backups in for the Chiefs, then they started running the football. This team was hard to run the football on, and you saw that last night. And like how poetic that it had to come down to Trevor Lawrence's arm, and it had to come down to Brian Thomas Jr. making an amazing play. When the deck was stacked against him, hell or high water, against all odds, they got it done. Once again, was it the sexiest thing last night? Nope. But it doesn't have to be, man. I'll take grit and tenacity over sexy any day of the week.
When we're talking about the Trevor Lawrence experience in 2025 that we should accept, you're saying it's not pretty. I think you're exactly right. It's not just not pretty. It's downright dumb sometimes. You talk about the roller coaster that it was last night, but you saw the grit. Who could say I saw more dog out of Trevor Lawrence in that final drive than I've seen any time in a Jaguar uniform so far in his NFL career. Mm-hmm. Willing that ball, it felt like to BTJ for a huge gain to set up the drive, scrambling all night long, falls down. Holy cow! Should we call it the slip six, the Duval? the whatever you want to call it. Look,
yeah,
an unbelievable play.
Yeah.
To have the wherewithal to get up, not throw it out of bounds like everybody wanted him to. But this
Tumbleruski, by the way, is my vote. I mean,
Tumbleruski,
you have to do that. But go ahead.
But watching Trevor Lawrence is at times infuriating. I mean, take last week. The Jags were in prime position to win the football game. He goes out of bounds. Like he goes OB and doesn't on the second to last offensive play of the football game, and then he comes right back on the next play and completes the ball to Hunter Log to finally end it, gets the first down ball game in San Fran. Yep. Last week, we can't get the ball off within 5 seconds. I mean, we're canning the play with 3 seconds to go on the play clock. We're taking delay of games, and we took one in the final drive. That delay of game, I mean, maybe it was on Monheim. If you go back and watch it, I kind of have the feeling that Trevor Lawrence wanted that football and Monheim wasn't ready to give it up. But nonetheless, that's on your QB. You want to pull your hair out watching Trevor Lawrence play. But then you look at the throws that he made. He made them in the biggest spot against the golden standard that the Chiefs are to win the football game. He's breaking tackles after the fall to get into the end zone. You got to give him his props. You've got to give Trevor Lawrence all the credit for winning this football game, no matter how mad he made you at some point in the game. You know, a lot of people blaming him for the freaking pick. Get a clue. Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, but to be fair,
listen,
the one fumble though, the fumble wasn't good.
The game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's an inch away. I mean, yes, he should have just sneaked it and not gone over the top, but it's worked in the past.
No, I hear you, but this is the Trevor Lawrence experience.
Yeah.
Like in the first half when he steps over the line of scrimmage and throws the ball, like you can't do that. You have to have self-awareness, right? You can't fumble on the 1 yard line. Like, listen, we can sit here and say some things that Trevor Lawrence didn't do well, but at the end of the day, he's a 4-1 quarterback.
Yep.
And analytics be damned, EPA be damned, I do not care. He's 4-1. Find another narrative. Until they start losing, I do not care. And on top of it, let's give props to Travis Hunter for finally getting utilized a little more. And you see what this guy can do. Like, I think, you know, if they would have lost that game, it would have been more, okay, Trevor Lawrence this, Travis Hunter. Like, it's the same low-hanging fruit narratives. But when you win the football game, and when you win it like you did, this is the joy of Victory Tuesdays, is that everything else is minor. And right now, one of the biggest storylines should be Travis Hunter. Like, he made some incredible plays last night. How many times has a guy been featured on Monday Night Football where he breaks up a pass to Travis Kelce and then makes an incredible catch and breaks two guys' ankles, as my son would say, and then goes up and gets an absolute just Allen Robinson ball to turn the whole game around? That's never been done before in Monday Night Football. That's here in Jacksonville. Right? But I get it. The storyline right now is Trevor Lawrence, as it should be. He's the quarterback. He's the leader. And like I said, Hamby, was it sexy? Nah. Does it have to be? No. Because you won. Brent, how we feeling, man?
I feel good. I had the eye doctors. Thanks for hanging in. My eyes are like dilated.
Your eyes are so bad it made the curry camera.
Yeah.
Brent vision
I had
right
to
now.
go to the doctors, as Rich Jones said when I was on WOKV. He said, "Did you see any refs there?"
Oh, nice. Like it. Yep.
My goodness. And I said, no, I had to make sure I saw correctly what I saw last night.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Insane.
What a game.
Insane.
I don't want to piggyback too much on what you said, but, well, let's go. I just can't get over, in reality, what we would be talking about if the Jags lost that.
Mm-hmm.
And how the narrative of the Trevor Lawrence stuff would be versus what happens when you win. And so, like you just said it, when you win football games, this is what happens, right? Like, this is what people talk about, the good stuff. And the Jags just haven't had a lot of that from a variety of players, coaches, the organization-wise, all that stuff. And guys like Mahomes and whoever else, Josh Allen and other people, they have the benefit of that. I mean, at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes made a lot of not so great whatever plays too. yesterday. He had to delay a game. He called 2 timeouts in a row. He got picked off at the 2-yard line. He overthrew a guy by 10 yards going to the end zone. Like, he did things that, guess what, like every quarterback does. But he also is Patrick Mahomes and made a bunch of good plays and everything else. First half of that game, I'm looking and I'm like, or first however long, Trevor Lawrence had gone over the line of scrimmage on a play. He had not thrown it to ETN on a little dump off, instead took the second layer throw. But he was also like 7 of 11 for 107 yards, a touchdown, and run for 40 yards. And nobody wanted to talk about that at the time because he had also fumbled over on the 4th and 1 play.
Taking a delay. Yeah.
And so nobody wants to talk about, like, there was way more good than bad. This is what we were talking about in the press. It was like, there's way more good than bad about Trevor right here. And in the first half.
Well, the fumble, I mean, the bad was pretty bad, though.
Well, the fumble's a big play. I don't think he's getting in on the tush push either. They blew it up.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, like his identity, like he's the one that fumbled on the 1-yard line.
Absolutely.
Now, was it like all his fault? Probably not. Was it a bad play call?
Well,
maybe. But at the end of the day, like you fumble on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
You have to get points. So like listen, I get the narrative where people were critical of Trevor in that first half.
Oh, I
think they're big plays.
I get it, but the narrative was over the top as well of it. Like the touchdown throw was a good touchdown throw to Parker Washington.
Of course.
You're down
Beautiful
14-0, you come back and you boy, what the hell is up with this camera, Hamby? You come back and it is, you get yourself back in the game instead of just losing the football game there. I also think it was a 4th down fumble makes it feel different than it was like a 1st or 2nd down fumble, those kind of things. So, but again, I don't have to do this today. That's the beauty of it, right? Because of what you just said. Instead, he makes the plays, and there were some plays at the end of that one. Like, should he have taken the sack? I think if you go look at that play, I think you could say, hey, I don't think he could get the ball. He was trying to run away from everybody so much. I don't think he could throw the ball away and get the handle on the ball.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of time on the clock at that time when he took the sack around midfield and lost like 2 or 3 yards. And then, of course, a delay a game at the end of that one. We're like, what is going on? Mm-hmm. And I actually did look this morning. I went back and watched that, and I really think it might have been Monheim just didn't snap the ball. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you guys saw there, but like I watched the TV one. And it was like
he was calling for it.
It was like it wasn't like Aikman said it was a hard count. It was like give me the ball kind of count, and it was a rookie center.
But at the same time, they should have got that down in the first place. Like, and that was the narrative last night. Is like that ball was getting snapped with like 1 or 2 seconds left, a lot in that game, and once again
on the TV copy, I've never looked down into the bottom right more in my life than last night.
Well, the fans were starting to like. You could audibly hear them.
Oh yeah,
like not count down, but they were getting like, "Let's go!" Like anxious,
Yeah.
And Ty said something. I was going to ask you this. Like, have you ever seen anybody can every single play at the line of scrimmage? Like, it's like every play gets changed at the line of scrimmage. Don't you guys feel that way? Like, they never run the play that they intend to run.
Yeah.
It just seems like it happens every play.
Well, I mean, it reminds me of Manning. But I mean, there's differences with Manning, though, because Manning had like 3 plays in his head to call different audibles and stuff. But yeah, no, like it was very evident, like whatever Kansas City was showing them, they were trying to adjust off that.
Yeah, and that shows autonomy in the offense, and I praise him some. The Jags have actually praised him for getting in the right plays.
Yeah.
But they also got to get in the right plays faster, right?
Yeah.
And so they tried to no huddle. I told you they might sugar huddle, no huddle. They did a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. They broke the huddle earlier on a lot of different plays. But still, in moments, it was still like, what are we doing? This has been an issue for 5 weeks, is getting out of that huddle late or getting the playoff later or changing it too late. Mm-hmm. And overall, I think he's done a pretty good job. Like, there was an early play to Brent Martineau. It was strange. You could tell he got him into that play on the little screen for 22 yards.
Yeah.
It was a nice play. It was a nice job to get him into that play.
Yep.
So, really interesting. But at the end of the day, it's really a huge moment for Trevor Lawrence.
Of course, man. It's everything to Trevor Lawrence. I mean, best birthday present ever. And it's crazy, too, because to me, this is the identity of the team, and it really summarizes who the Jaguars are right now, and it summarizes who the Chiefs are right now. If you go back and watch like the game on TV, and you see through that whole process, even through like the Devin Lloyd touchdown that he had, there is no panic at all in Kansas City. Like, if I have to see Patrick Mahomes do this,
bro, it's so annoying.
this stupid thing one more time. Hey, by the way, Hamby, going forward, if I start going like this, it means the show's getting bogged down. We have to go to a topic, all right? So if we start getting on baseball or golf, here.
Nobody's even looking at him when he's doing it.
What's wrong with baseball? The Brewers are up 2-0.
Oh, Brewers are great, man, but, like, we're within reason. Yeah, that's right here, Hamby. You saw it, though, with Andy Reid. You saw it with Travis Kelce in the sidelines. You saw it with Patrick Mahomes. They thought that entire game, even when they were down, they were going to win the football game.
Yeah.
They had zero worries of losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I think, we can sit here and say, well, Troy Aikman, yeah, maybe Aikman had a little personal vendetta against Trevor Lawrence for a while, whatever the case may be. But I feel like everybody thought that, okay, this is the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been to the Super Bowl for a reason. Like, they're going to go down there and win the football game. Nobody was counting on Trevor Lawrence because, once again, you can talk about the Trevor Lawrence experience. There was a lot of ups and there were a lot of downs in that game. And I don't think people realize that Trevor Lawrence can finish on an up. I just don't think that. And I think Patrick Mahomes thought that. I think Andy Reid thought that. Travis Kelce on the sidelines thought that. I was kind of thinking that. I think a lot of fans were thinking that. And then all of a sudden, you look up, and it, once again, wasn't pretty, but you find a way in the end zone and you win a football game. And you do it in front of the national stage. So, I can't stress it enough. We talk about going to the West Coast, winning that game. We talk about Houston Texans at home, winning that game. And now you beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football? I'm going to sit here and say now, panic buttons be damned, this team is different. This whole thing now officially feels different. Is it pretty? Nope. Doesn't have to be, though. It's different.
It's different. No, it's definitely different, Austin. I mean, they were down 14-0, man. Down 14-0 to the Chiefs. It's over. I tweeted, Jags have stage fright still.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like you start adding the numbers from 47-10 last year to Buffalo. That's not our fault, by the way. That's the Jags' fault. They've been bad in these kind of spots. They've given us enough scar tissue. But they get a big bailout early in this game. I don't know about bailout. It was the right call. But I don't know what the hell the defender was doing on a 3rd and 14 play. There's no way Brian Thomas Jr. is catching that pass. And there's interference, and they turn that into a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And then they settle the game down a bit. And the defense, which gave up a bunch of yards, defense wasn't at its best on many times. And I would say the Chiefs are finding their offense. That wasn't just the Ravens. I mean, they had some really good stuff going in that game. But they made some crucial plays and stops at the right time that it didn't feel like they were going to get the game back to 21-7 or even a 17-7, and they kept the Jags offense in it a bit for all the theatrics to really happen the way they ended up happening in the second half for the Jags. So it's I do think you're right. There's difference. I talked to the players a little bit because what they'll tell you, Austin, a lot of this stuff becomes cliche. You hear a lot of it the same. And it's like, hey, we love this team. I love this team. I love this team. I love this team. I love this team. Well, it's easy to love the team when you're winning, first of all. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they've been saying this for all camp and everything else. And so I asked a couple guys like Tyson Campbell, Devin Lloyd, I'm like, what do you mean by that? Why is that? And also, do you think it's helping you win because of that sentiment, Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Tyson Campbell basically said, I feel like that dude's playing for me and my family. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like he's just playing for himself. Mm-hmm. And so I think there was something to that it does feel a bit different for this group. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Baselli, Gladstone, Coen, the coaching staff. They're so relational that I think that has trickled down to this locker room. There's a lot of good guys in that locker room to begin with. But I do think now you add the wins on top of it, the feel good around it, the way they've been able to do it, and that starts to bubble even more. Mm-hmm. But it's a good group, and it has been a good group overall for a few years. But they do seem to have that, as you say, different. Right? There's something a bit different about all of it here, and how they respond and the resilience of it. How many wins does Trevor have in his career? He now has 9 comeback wins in the fourth quarter. He has 2 this year. Mm-hmm. Houston won. Not a great game. No. Offensively, but in the right time, they got it done. So,
26 career wins.
26 career wins, 9 of them now.
Come from behind?
I don't know what that ratio is like for everybody else.
That's a third of them.
Baker Mayfield is like 100% this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know I mean, it's the way the league is, right? You've got to be able to come back, and 27 wins isn't a lot, quite frankly, in 4+ years. But it's not like it's the first time he's done it. And he's now done it in 2 years, but on this stage, to your point, against whoever, against that opponent.
Yeah.
It was electric.
Crazy, man.
It was electric.
Crazy.
Devin Lloyd, how many times have you talked about him already?
A lot. Player of the year, Devin Lloyd.
Player of
NFL
right on time,
MVP.
Sean Considine Jr.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, insane.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yeah, well, I talked about Sean Considine.
Oh, is that who you're mentioning?
Yeah. You remember Sean Considine, do you?
I do remember that name. That's a Jags.
Right on time, Considine. Yeah, he had I think 2 or 3 game winners in a row, off interceptions. Not pick sixes, but just in the right spot at the right time. But no, to answer your question, I've never seen anything like Devin Lloyd. I don't think anybody has. This is the 4th straight game, yeah?
4th straight game. But again, 3 years of, August. Ventrell Miller might be the starting linebacker.
Yeah.
To best linebacker in the game through the first 5 weeks of the year. People will say Fred Warner first. That's fine. Give him a nod.
Sure.
But that's where the conversation is. And defensive player of the year and defensive player of the month. And, all-time Jags linebacker interceptions. He's now 3rd on the list with Mike Peterson. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a story out of the blue like this. The return of him and ETN continue to be an amazing story. But the ETN stuff, we had seen it. He had done it.
Yeah,
Lloyd had never done it.
Yeah, you had no frame of reference for what Lloyd was capable of. And obviously he was drafted in the 1st round for a reason. Obviously, when you were a defensive player of the year in college against some pretty solid studs that you were in your draft class, that says something. We just had never seen it here. And I don't know if it's just he wasn't put in the right positions in terms of scheme. I don't know if it was just the coaching, not getting the best out of him. But give Coach Campanelli credit, right? And it wasn't like they just inserted him in the role, right? I was the first one to say, hey, Ventrell Miller, might want to take a look at him a little more. He's having a pretty good preseason. I just think that when you have a defense that guys love playing in and allows you to be an athlete, allows you to kind of stand up, move around, run around, and do what you do well, which, blitzing is Lloyd's thing. Now, I get it. In terms of, pass coverage, I don't think he was ever really that good at that, right? But once again, I think if you're having fun and you're just flying around, sometimes you can luck into good things. Now, I think it's more than luck because this is the 4th game in a row where he's had an interception. So at some point, it has to become skill. But I just think the combination of having fun and using him to the best of his abilities is paying dividends. Now it's going to come down to the fact of, do you want to re-sign him? Do you want to franchise tag him and give him that TJ Watt and whoever else is getting, paid off the edge in terms of that salary? Do you want to give him 20-something million for that year? I don't know, man, but it's hard to fathom, and I get it. And I opened the show with this. I don't want to live too far in the future.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy right now being 4-1 and everything. But at some point, we have to have the conversation of, we can't let him walk, can we?
No, it's crazy to think. I'm not a big, hey, you got to pay the guy. Hey, he's an all-pro. Hey, he's defensive player. We're 5 games into a 17-game season, okay? They're not paying him next week. We're going to get through the season. That's just the way it's set the table. I don't want to hear a bit of criticism about not picking up the 5th-year option. Nobody would have. So, it's just that's what makes this thing so cool and so unique. It is really out of the blue. I a lot of times we're I've never seen this. I've never seen this. I've never seen this. I've never seen a story like Devin Lloyd's that I can comp it to. Because from where it was, and I don't even know if it was as bad, because at times he made plays. But to do what he's doing is off the charts good anyway. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this from a Jags defender in a very long time, or player even for that matter. But to do it on the heels of what he did for 3 years, where it was, where's the narrative, where all this stuff might go, what a waste of a pick, all this stuff to get to this stage, wow. I mean, it is unbelievable and good for him, man. I love it because I really am a big fan of Lloyd's. I like this dude. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And, man, it's remarkable. And he's a wide receiver in high school.
Yeah.
And he looked like one on that play. And here's the other thing, by the way. If he makes that play last year, because he's got 15 more pounds on him, There's no way he makes it to the end zone because he should. Like, it's so noticeable to me when we're doing interviews with Lloyd just how good he looks, if you will. You know, it's amazing. And that's why I want to ask you real quick about Lloyd. It can't be just splash play after splash play after splash play. You're putting yourself in a position to make some of these plays, which means you're playing consistently pretty good football. There were some people on my timeline yesterday because the Jags were getting pretty shredded, right? I mean, they gave up 234 yards in the first half. Their defense wasn't – it was the worst defensive half of the season, I would suggest. And so people were like, oh, Devin Lloyd's back to normal. Like, I didn't notice that he was doing anything wrong or anything. I don't think we noticed he was doing anything great.
Yeah.
And so people are starting to suggest that Bobby makes that play.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, when you watch him play, do you see him on every play doing a lot of good things?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think I've seen a lot of defenders on this team doing a lot of good things. But here's the beauty of, and I can't believe we're saying it, but like and I get we're 5 games into the season,
Yeah.
but like he's got to be at the top of the list right now for Defensive Player of the Year. How can he not be?
He's got to be.
Show me somebody else who has the stats that he does. Lloyd can literally take the next 4 or 5 games off, and he's still probably going to be a favorite. I mean,
I think he's already won the Pro Bowl. Like, he's already in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
He's on his way to being an All-Pro if he at least maintains consistent status.
Yeah.
And then Defensive Player of the Year, he's going to probably have to, give us some more moments to keep it fresh in everybody's mind, because 3 months from now, people won't be remembering.
No, but if they keep winning, like that's all you got to do. Is if you keep winning, like he'll get there. And once again, we'll see. Long ways away from that. But the beauty of being a Defensive Player of the Year and everything, like it's not just him, right? Like, yeah, he's getting the glory right now just because he's making the splash plays and he's getting all the love. But like, take that interception last night for example. You have Smoot, I believe it was, and then Josh Allen busting their ass down the field to block.
Yeah.
To get, because I'm not going to lie, when he made the interception, I'm like, okay, sweet interception, turnover. I was not expecting 99 yards to the house.
No.
Right? But that's where Josh Allen comes into play. That's where Dwayne Smoot comes into play. And they have, Lloyd's back. And that's what this defense is. Look at the Trevor Lawrence play last night. The one that, wins the game for them. He gets, put on his back. Well, he puts himself on his back. He climbs up. He scrambles around. It seems like an eternity goes by, and he gets in the end zone. Watch the Chiefs' defensive linemen. Watch the linebackers with what they do at that play.
Chris Jones straight up quit.
Yeah.
He stopped.
That's
He deleted his
insane.
Twitter handle today.
A lot of loafs on that play. Joe Cullen might have had an aneurysm.
He might have.
After that.
Yeah.
Because that's not a Joe Cullen coach defensive line. But that's my point. Like, we can sit here and say, okay, what is your 40-yard dash? Yeah, they're fast. They're whatever. What's the scheme? Defense is about want to.
Yeah.
And it's about believing in the system. And I think right now in Jacksonville, you have a system with Coach Campanelli that lets these guys have fun, and you saw that last night once again. And yes, Devin Lloyd's reaping the benefits right now. Sure, they got to clean up some tackles, right? A lot of missed tackles last night. You don't want to see that. But at the end of the day, like, these guys are playing for each other. And if you're playing for each other, you got a shot.
Yeah, and again, I think like it's so interesting. Those things hit my ears. Like a lot of teams try to say it. The Jags are doing it. Like they're really doing it, and we're seeing it. And like Taz here says, team is playing total complementary football, and they are at times. They weren't necessarily in the beginning. Like they didn't in the first half for really the first time all year. When the Jags offense does fumble, they go give up a 97-yard drive. That's not complementary football.
Yeah.
But then they figured it out. Like which is the cool part of.
And special teams too, making plays.
And special teams. Hey, listen, 52-yard kick, Cam Little. Were people a little curious on that one after the last couple of weeks? Man, I don't know if it was a no doubt or not, but it was pretty well struck and
solid.
boom, right? So, like, that felt good, even at the time. Like, hey, 52-yarder, got it. So that felt good. The Jags. It's cool. I mean, it's cool right now, and the Jags are 4-1. There's a lot of things that are pretty cool about it. All right, let's take a break. Brent Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network, just getting rolling. We're going to try to get to some of your thoughts too. I would like to do that. I don't know what I was going to say to you. Josh Allen play. Maybe we hear from Foye Oluokun because I like this full screen here, Hamby. But Foye Oluokun said that he got on Josh Allen in practice earlier this week about, hey, if we Something like that. I forget exactly what he said,
Okay.
but it's like, hey, you got to go finish it, practice it, and he practiced, and then he was all the way down the field on that interception return you just brought up. So maybe we'll hear from some of the guys as well. Not going to give a lot of love to Casey, so we'll just go Jaguars beat the Chiefs, the Zebras, Mahomes, and Andy Reid. Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., Trevor Lawrence. Jaguars are 4-1. Have some fun.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, we have what you need.
Get a Moto Guzzi Stone Corsa for just $235 a month, or a Triumph Trident for as low as $207 a month, or the popular Honda Rebel 1100 DCT starting at a low $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from all of our great brands, only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it back to her left side, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass.
And they have been. We've been talking. We've been articulating.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
Content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjax.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
What's been going on?
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
Can't sleep, can't eat. You see that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? We only paid $4 for it.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Santa Fe with 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game. We showed no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Duval!
ETN is going to take it all the way!
Right here on CBS 47. CBS 47.
Right here.
Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I can't hear them, Hamby.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I mean, I want to hear them. Maybe. You didn't have audio on it at all. What's this, like a 3-second clip? Is this a GIF? GIF? Botted? I don't know if I can hear you. Your mic out again?
I don't know.
It's good.
I can hear
can't get sound on it.
That's fine. It was loud.
I just really like the move
that
that guy was doing.
Oh, you liked what the guy was doing? I don't know. I do say this. This is what's cool about last night. It's a big night for the organization, I believe. It's a big night for the football team. It's a big night for the city. Even me, did not imagine they would be talking about the Jags as much as they were last night and into this morning. I figured they would first talk about the Chiefs and what's wrong with them. They really led with the Jags. Like, this was a Jag-centric coverage. And, ESPN, they go all out now. They bring everybody to an event like this. So it was all that's pretty cool. And I do think that's important for the franchise. And I'm not a big national guy.
Sure.
Like I've said that before. I don't give a damn what they think, whatever. But I know it does matter to a lot of the fans, and that's okay. And I think it does matter in some respect to the organization. And so I think last night was such a good night in all those things. You think about checking the box on from local to national what last night represented and the opportunity that we talked about. We knew it was big, that it could be big. And it turns out that it was huge for Trevor Lawrence, that it really was huge for Travis Hunter, that it was really big because I think Brian Thomas Jr. got back to himself. I felt like we saw last year's Brian Thomas Jr. last night. I felt like the guy I talked to in the locker room after the game felt like last year's Brian Thomas Jr.
Totally different face, smile, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was so different.
And by the way, not to say he's been a jerk or anything like that. He's just been, he's been bothered by some poor play.
Maybe a little gloomy.
Right? And anybody would be, I think. So, and on top of that, I said to Steph and Ty last night at whatever the hell time it was, I don't know how you can't look at that if you're a Jags fan and be like, damn, I want to be there the next time if I wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how, this Sunday at 1 o'clock, your 4-1 football team against a good Seattle team, I want to be there for the next Devin Lloyd moment. There are a lot of fans that have been patient and waiting and everything else, and they earned that too because of the way the Jags have played. So this was a moment that you can win the fan base over and also re-energize the city and the stadium, and I want to be a part of it because I think that's, in essence, it's why people are fans. You don't want as much bad as has happened around here, but you lived through a lot of the bad to get last night. Yeah. Like, that is sports to me, and that's what's cool to me. I think I felt almost exhilarated, not by the Jags win, for the fans in Jacksonville, because I know there are so many kids that watch this team or stayed up last night to watch a team, maybe weren't even there, that are talking about it this morning, mm-hmm. and some of their favorite players performed on a big stage, and now you can be like, yeah, look at our guys. I think that's what it's all about in this town specifically, because it's really the biggest thing by far, and also just haven't had a lot of nights like last night over the years. So it's really cool, man. I do think, I know it's a 1 game out of 17, but I give credit to even the Jags players that I asked. Even Eric Armstead, he's like, this was bigger than just 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
He acknowledged it. And not many people will in that situation, but he acknowledged, and he's absolutely right. It was bigger than 1 game.
It was bigger than 1 game because you finally get the monkey off your back. You finally win a primetime game, and you really put yourselves in front of the world. Like, I think a lot of the times this narrative has been, regardless of how the season's gone, when you play in front of the world, when you play in prime time, it goes bad, and you're the laughing stock, and you're meme worthy on Twitter, and all this stuff. And I think some of the players probably know that, right? And I think the coaches even knew that. So yeah, it was bigger than 1 game. Set aside from the record, set aside from what it means in the AFC and the division, everything. It feels good to finally step through that door, step through the curtain, introduce yourselves as a team that you can be proud of, as a team that you can support.
Yeah, pretty cool. And Travis Hunter, we mentioned, and I know you've hit on him a little bit, but the plays from Travis Hunter, massive. Like this was his night, right? I think you guys see the PFF numbers, and I know people are wishy-washy on PFF numbers still. Yeah. But hey, here's the deal: you like PFF numbers when they play out in your favor. If you want to spin something, sure. That's what numbers are. And it is kind of neat to see he was the 1st and 5th graded best player for the Jags last night. 1 at cornerback and 1 at wide receiver. That's pretty wild to see.
Yeah.
And he was good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, hey, he was good because he blocked a little bit or did this. It was good because you noticed it. He made 2 guys miss, man. Get him the football. He went up and made a hell of a catch. Mm-hmm. Get him the football. Mm-hmm. He played pretty well on defense, too. He didn't get juked out on a guy right in front of him. He's so damn athletic. Mm-hmm. And then he also makes a big play on 3rd down against Kelsey, what they were complaining about early on. So there are moments for Travis Hunter and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, I mean, I think now you just keep building off that, right? Like, how can you not? And this has been a slow burn for Travis Hunter, right? Like, I think myself included, and take the fantasy football numbers out of it, but I think we all thought he'd come in here, hit the ground running, 40 plays on offense, 40 plays on defense, making a splash on both ways, right? And that hasn't been the case. Because guess what? Sometimes you have to learn a playbook. Sometimes it's not easy to do offense and defense in the same game. Understandable. So I think that the cool thing with Travis Hunter, and once again, you're 4-1, so it doesn't really matter what kind of, results you're getting from a first-round pick because you're 4-1. But now we're starting to see the glimpses. We're starting to see what happens when he has the ball in his hands, just how special he can be. We're starting to see in terms of playing defense, if he's on Travis Kelce or a wide receiver, what he can do. Like, we're seeing glimpses. Like, we haven't even scratched the surface yet of the Travis Hunter experience. Mm-hmm. And it's like I told everybody a couple weeks ago. Don't worry about, in terms of how many reps he's getting on offense or defense. Like, no one's ever seen this before. Just sit back and enjoy the show. And you know what? Last night, I enjoyed the show.
I think a lot of people did, too. How crazy was the catch? See, here's what I love about that play. There's so much involved in that play. First of all, Trevor does an amazing job. Trevor actually looks a little bit like Mahomes on that play.
Backyard.
Right? He backyards it. People have been begging for him to backyard it a little bit. But his elusiveness in the pocket, his awareness, he doesn't go over the line of scrimmage with all this stuff going on. But as that play is going on from the press box, I'm like, you see, I think it's Hunter Long. You see him start to separate right when Trevor's kind of getting ready to unload it to Hunter. Mm-hmm. And he separates off to the right? So if I'm looking at the camera here, and if you go back and watch that play, he ends up throwing it this way, right toward the camera. But off to his right is a leaky Hunter Long, and there's all green grass. Mm-hmm. There's miles of green grass. But he breaks kind of late there. And I'm like, you watch this. This ball, I'm real time in this. This ball is chucking down here, a couple defenders. It's going to go incomplete. And then all anybody's going to say is that he didn't see the guy that was wide open.
Sure.
That's all I'm thinking. This is happening. And I saw it real time. It happened late. Maybe Patrick Mahomes sees that guy. Only guy in the league that maybe sees the guy over there. And I was like, this is not. And then Travis Hunter makes that play, and everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes from the whole Twitter feed would have been, how does he not see that guy? To all of a sudden, Travis Hunter's got one of the biggest plays he's made in the Jags uniform under the bright lights Monday night. Holy crap, how did he make that catch?
Yeah.
And by the way, the lost part is Trevor makes a really good play on the front end of it all around. So those are the things that I think of. Like, we don't always see all these plays, but that's what I catch myself at wins and losses. Good plays, bad plays. Trying to be in real time. That also, what would you be talking about on the end of it? Win or lose. And to me, that play says so much about everything that really maybe even happened last night.
I think one of the biggest things in that play, if not the biggest, is the fact that Trevor underthrew the ball. That's thank you. Like, finally. How many deep balls has Trevor thrown this year? Not that many, but how many times he has, the ball's been overthrown. The receiver hasn't had a chance to catch the football. Remember the first or the second drive of the game when Tyquan Thornton catches that deep ball? That ball's underthrown by 10 yards.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Tyson Campbell.
When the DB is running full speed to try and catch up and not locating the ball, the only thing you can not do is overthrow it. You're either going to get a PI because he's going to run into him, and you're going to get a 50-yard gain just off of that, or your receiver's going to have a chance to make a play and make a highlight. And for the first time this year on a deep ball, Trevor has underthrown the receiver. It works. It works almost every time.
We did it in the end zone for PI.
You got to overthrow him or underthrow it.
By the way, I'm not sure I'm giving Mahomes credit for the underthrow there. He got hit. That was a good blitz.
But still, when the ball's underthrown,
you're right.
all the advantage goes to the offense.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. How crazy seriously is a catch for Hunter? How high can that dude jump?
I'm trying to see, but I don't even. Here's the thing: I don't even know if that was the craziest play because missing those two guys, breaking their ankles was pretty crazy too. Like, it's wild. And this has kind of been the trend. It seems like for Travis Hunter so far on offense. When he gets the ball in his hand, something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, if the ball can find, and it's almost like what we spoke about with Brian Thomas Jr. last year when Mac Jones came in and we're asking Doug Peterson, like, hey, I don't care if it's a bubble screen, just put the ball in his hands because something amazing will happen. And it happened with Brian Thomas Jr. Travis Hunter might even be more amazing of what he's capable of. Like, and that's the thing. We can say, okay, he's a smooth route runner, sure. Okay, he's agile, yeah. Runs great routes, okay. Fast, sure. But you see when he has the ball in his hands, he has instincts that you just can't teach.
Yeah.
And I hope going forward, and I get it, it has to come down to schemes and it has to come down to how they want to implement him in just one position, but I hope they keep finding ways to get the ball in Travis Hunter's hands because he hasn't shown me anything yet where when the ball is not in his hands, something amazing doesn't happen.
Yeah, all those things that you just said I think are really it's really important to highlight the physical traits, but it's really important to highlight the instincts, the like something good's going to happen type thing, the make a play type thing, because that's why they drafted him. Like, that is why they drafted him, because they're like, this dude's special. Like, it's not going to all add up to, hey, this is what I've been saying. Like, he's not a physical specimen. He's not.
Other than the speed.
Other than the speed, yeah. But he doesn't jump off the page at you like, wow, holy cow. Like Trayvon Walker, I know why that guy went number 1 overall, right? I mean, look at his physical skills. But it's the innate ability to make a play. He's a playmaking guy. And I do think it's worth being a little critical of, once again, why they haven't got him a bit more involved. What do they have to do to get him more involved? Because you're right, you can't just get him the ball 3 times. I mean, don't you have to make sure? Offense is tricky, right? You can't just say, hey, I'm going to get the ball 10 times, 12 times to a receiver. Different for a running back. But you do have to find a way to get him 5, 6, probably 7 touches, right?
I mean, I think it's, and I'm not trying to like over embellish anything here, but it's getting to the point where it's almost got to be like Jamar Chase, where just find a way to get him the ball and let him work. I don't care if it's a short screen. Like, let Travis Hunter prove you wrong. Let him show you that he can't handle a bubble screen or he can't turn, a 1-yard pass into a 20-yard game. Like, let him prove it to you. And then if he does, then change the scheme from there. But this guy has, every time the ball's in his hand, something amazing happens. So, like, if I'm Liam Coen in this offense, I'm trying everything in my power. I'm literally scheming just these little intermediate routes into the playbook just to see what he can do with the ball.
Yeah, what's beautiful about that play, the one that he makes 2 miss, is that he's lined up in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And then I'll give you something else, guys, that was interesting. They went, when he makes the 44-yard catch, or 44? Yeah, I think it was 44 yards. When he makes that play, they went right back to him. The very next play, usually that guy comes out. And they went right back to him on the next play. And then I think they covered it up pretty well.
Yeah, they tackled him for a 1-yard gain.
Made a nice tackle.
Yeah.
It was a very nice tackle. But there was also holding on the play on Kansas City. So, but it was, so they were trying to. They were trying to get it in a rhythm and get him the football. And, I just think about the things that we could be talking about that the Jags have kind of flipped. One right now, overall, drop passes the first few weeks, like, oof. Another one is that second half and that defense. Where was Travis Hunter on the field?
Yeah.
Another one is, okay, the first 4 games, is he playing like a number 2 overall pick? Is he making the impact of a number 2 overall pick? No, right? So, and all these things start to change with 4-1. All these things start
Penalties
to change.
too, by the
over
way,
legs.
changed last night.
Penalties changed a bit last
only
night.
4
You're
of
right.
them.
They cleaned it up. And, there was something else that changed last night, not in a good way. And this, I think, to come out of this game the way they did is impressive. I'm just seeing this right now, and I know my eyes told the story too. I didn't know it said this much. The Jaguars allowed pressure on 54%. And by the way, I got to double check that it's actually 54%. I can't see much today. But 54% of the dropbacks in week 5, the highest pressure rate allowed of any team in a win this season. We have praised the offensive line, and rightfully so. They've been good. But there's no doubt that Chiefs defensive front was speeding up a lot of things on offense. He was under duress. Trevor was way more than any of the first 4 games.
No doubt.
Yeah. And that's why you saw some of the runs and other things. So this was not a comfortable, set your feet kind of day for Trevor Lawrence. And that coverage is sticky by Kansas City. They're really good. That pass defense is really good. So my point here is that's what a way to do it, right? Yeah, you're under pressure. This offensive line we think is good. And I'll add one more thing in. Adoga comes in now almost every game, it seems like. Cole Van Landen played a bunch, I think it was last week. And then Monheim has to come in. Austin, they go 8 deep right now, where they're getting pretty good offensive line play overall. And they haven't even used Wyatt Milam, who they think is a really good football player that they picked out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
To go 8 deep on the offensive line and feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
That's good long
That's
term.
unheard of in Jacksonville.
Well, it's unheard of in the
unheard of in a
NFL,
lot
really.
of NFL teams, yeah. I think that's kind of, we can point to a lot of things, but that's got to be the Tony Baselli connection as well.
Yeah.
The dude knows offensive linemen, and, Milam is a USC guy, if I'm not mistaken. So,
he is.
So you throw him in there.
Monheim.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Milam. Yeah. Monheim is the USC guy. And I can't explain how hard it would be to be a center, come in right away, and thankfully, because they mentioned this in the broadcast, they got a little lucky because the Lloyd touchdown allowed Monheim then to work with Trevor a little more on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had to go back on defense.
So it was around that time when Hainsey came out with the hamstring.
Exactly. Yep.
I know we've had a couple of questions about that, by the way. I can't give you – I don't know. I don't know Hainsey. It was a hamstring. Obviously, he didn't go back in. A lot of times, offensive line – look at Anton Harrison comes out like every game.
Every game.
And then he goes back in. He gets dinged up, but he goes back in. He's a tough dude, man. And he's playing really good football. Did you see the pickup that he went?
Holy
the extra
cow.
block pickup? Well, I forget what play it was now.
That was on BTJ's.
Brian Thomas Jr.'s? Yeah. Really nice play. And then the Brenton Strange one. That was just like that was a non-contact, it looked like. Now, maybe he got dinged up before. Yeah. And I saw him in the locker room. He was certainly in pain. The good news is I didn't see him on crutches or anything like that. But that's a hip.
Yeah,
so is that a
hip
hip pointer maybe? Could be a hip pointer, but
I don't know. I feel like if it's a hip pointer, you can still you could tell he was dejected for not being in the game. So it kind of made me feel a little uneasy because usually hip pointers you can just kind of work out on the sidelines and maybe take a little shot. You're good to go.
That becomes an issue.
This didn't seem like a hip. I don't know.
Those are 2 injuries that become an issue.
Oh, hips? Yeah. Hips
Hainsey and Brenton Strange.
Oh, yeah.
They're both playing really good football.
Yeah.
So don't lose that. Everybody's beat up.
Trayvon Walker, they win without Trayvon Walker, but they miss Trayvon Walker.
Of course. Oh, without a doubt. But, like, listen, this is, if you get out of the way now with injuries, so be it. But this is the NFL, right? Like, you had to see some of this was going to happen. I mean, very rarely do you come out as a team for the entire season and just come out unscathed. Like, you're going to have injuries at key positions, and it comes down to the depth. And right now on the offensive line, they show they can handle it. You know, tight ends, can they step up for the next couple weeks if Strange can't go? Hopefully. And then obviously with Trayvon Walker, you're going to monitor him closely because I think to be successful going forward and to make a run, you need him for sure.
Yeah, and you got to get lucky here, right? You definitely have to get lucky. I'll tell you this, guys. I said this on our postgame show last night. Think about this. Last 2 Monday Night Football games, Trevor Lawrence has been stepped on by an offensive lineman. He got stepped on by Walker Little 2 years ago, and it changed the trajectory of the next year and a half. 8-3. He gets hurt on the play. He leaves the game. He tries to get back all year, the rest of that season. They lose every game, or all but one of them, sorry. And the whole trajectory of the Doug Peterson era changes. Like on that Monday Night Football game against the Cincinnati Bengals, where he was balling until he got stepped on by Walker Little. Obviously accidentally, but he got stepped on. This time, he gets stepped on by McCory. And it turns into a highlight play that everybody's talking about and a play that people will remember forever here in Jacksonville and a night like Monday night, and maybe even raises the Jaguars to a different echelon. Pretty wild. Yeah. You don't see the quarterback get stepped on very often, and it's happened in his last 2 Monday Nighters.
It's insane, man.
I mean,
wow.
Duval Elite Gaming, I'm going to say this, and don't take this the wrong way, but this is the one that I can't come with you on, all right? We should be the only undefeated team in the NFL. No, we should not. Like, I'm just going to say, no, you should not. Because it's not the way the league works. The Jags could easily have lost 4 games in a row. They could have easily lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah, because you can sit here and say the Colts should be undefeated too. But
and so should the Eagles.
A stupid mistake cost them the game against the Rams.
Yeah, and so should the Bills. But this is the way the league, we know this. We know this is the way the league works. The Jags could have easily lost to Houston. They were going in to score and win that game. The Jags could have easily lost to San Fran, despite all the turnovers. San Fran had the ball at midfield with a chance to go. The Jags could have easily lost last night to the Chiefs. And yes, the Jags easily should have, could have, would have beat the Cincinnati Bengals. But the bottom line is that's the way the league is. You're not going to win all those, and you hope you don't lose all those. One of the big differences between last year and this year, the Jags are winning some of these. Last year, they lost all of them. All the one-score games, they lost. So I don't buy that, with all due respect, that the Jags should be 5-0. I don't believe it. It is nice to say it. He says, yeah, it's fine to say, but don't think that because it's not. They actually made up for the Cincy loss in one of these last 2 weeks, at least in my opinion, because they beat San Fran or the Chiefs. Nobody would have said they would have won both those games at the start of the year. And quite frankly, going into the year, nobody would have expected them to beat the Bengals. But the way it shook out, they probably should have. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that. You get that a lot. I mean, I get it. They could be. I understand. But the Jags really could have been 11-6 last year if you want to go that route. You are who you are,
4-1.
Right?
We'll take
4-1. That's the big deal. Where's this thing headed? What's Liam Coen saying? And speaking of, how about a little love for Liam Coen again? And I think the dynamic here is interesting. So let's take a break. But when we come back, they show this split screen on the broadcast before the game. Okay. And it's Andy Reid and it's Liam Coen. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I can't get over how much that guy's world has changed. Coen.
Okay.
He's going up against on Monday Night Football with a 3-1 football team against one of the best to ever do it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And he's once again, Austin, handling the moment really pretty well. Mm-hmm. What's working? I want to get your thoughts on what's working for Coen so well that the Jags can win without playing perfect football. Jags Report Live coming up, top of the hour tonight, Tuesday edition because of the Monday game. That'll be at String Sports Brewery. This one in Jax Beach. That's what happens usually on Mondays, but Tuesday edition. I know we're working on DeJuan Smoot. We initially had Trayvon Walker, but then with him not playing, so we had to call an audible. Yeah, and I've asked Devin Lloyd a couple of times, like in the hallway yesterday, so I'm working on him.
That price just went up another $25K.
We can't afford him either. I'm not sure the Jags can either.
Yeah.
But we're working on a guest. We just haven't confirmed yet, so it'll be somebody. But come on out and have a beer. Have some food. Let's talk about the Jags being 4-1 tonight. Jags Report live from Strings. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first, rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville, off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
It's Liam Coen. This is real. I was trying to get the whole atmosphere here, but Liam Coen, you see him on the sign. This is the last play, and I think he ends up telling everybody, "Get back, get back." He starts. I wonder. I've had a couple conversations recently with Coen, but I haven't had a real chance to just like. I'd love to sit down with him for 15, 20 minutes and kind of off camera soak in this last 6 months for a bit. Because I look at him, and I told you this before the break. I said I looked at this Andy Reid, and they always do like the coaches, and there was a shot when they were talking at midfield before the game, and then there's also this like split screen where they show Andy Reid and they show Liam Coen, and I mean you got like. Well, how old's Andy Reid now? 68 years old or something? And you got 39-year-old Liam Coen. You got a guy with a couple hundred wins and all these Super Bowls and widely renowned as one of the best in the game to ever do it.
Yeah.
And then you got a 39-year-old head coach, and people are wondering about this guy when he gets hired. Nobody really knows how good he's going to be. A lot of questions, and rightfully so. And he's got the team off to a nice start. But, I mean, come on. It's Monday Night Football stage. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's Liam Coen. And I said it yesterday. I think one of the big mismatches may be in the coaching staffs. You've got a very inexperienced coaching staff versus Spagnuolo and Reid. How's that going to play? And early on, I thought Reid was brilliant. I thought they really designed some good stuff. They were ready for everything from the Jags. But it's not really the scheme, in my opinion. It's more like, do you have them ready to go? Do they answer the bell? What happens when you get punched? And that's where Liam Coen, so far, has really thrived. Whatever he's saying, however they did this, the overnight change in culture, whatever that is, I don't think there's one magic potion to that. But the whole process of this has led to the Jags being a resilient group, the ability to take a punch, the ability to not play great football all the time, it not always look pretty, but still end up on the winning side.
Yeah.
Shows me he's a winner. At least early on in his NFL career. But really, hats off to him, man. I mean, the bright lights didn't look too big for Liam Coen and that staff either last night.
So when you talk about the success so far of Liam Coen and what you see from this team, you're seeing effort and you're seeing belief. What the difference, I think, between Liam Coen being in Jacksonville, and let's take the past couple coaches. Let's take Urban Meyer, let's take Doug Peterson. When Urban Meyer was hired here, I think it came with him entering the building thinking he already had it all figured out. Granted, it was his first time coaching the NFL, but you come from a college pedigree. We've won a lot of championships. You've built up cultures in Ohio State and Florida that speak for themselves. And I think he thought, hey, I have the blueprint. I know what it's going to take. It's my way or the highway. Didn't work out, obviously. Story goes on. Then you bring in Doug Peterson, who once again, I think it's more of the same, felt like the safest pick, where Urban Meyer was more of like, okay, let's risk it for the biscuit. Didn't work out. Doug Peterson was probably the safest pick you could have gone with because he has the resume in terms of the NFL resume. The guy's won a Super Bowl. So I think he comes in here and it's like, hey, I know what to do. It's my way or the highway. And once again, when it doesn't go well and he doesn't get the response from his players, you feel a disconnect. Then you go a complete 180 and you hire a guy who's really only had one great season as a play caller in the NFL in Liam Coen. And as opposed to bringing a guy who is comfortable, who kind of knows what to do, this guy's kind of learning on the fly and he has something to prove. This wasn't the sexiest name in the coaching cycle. Like, it was a name, but it wasn't Ben Johnson. I don't think it was even Mike Vrabel. Like, to me, it may have been the C selection, honestly. Because you know how I felt about Mike Vrabel. Like, I wanted Vrabel. So Liam Coen comes in. It's the Duval, and like he gets off to a bad start. But see, this is part of the narrative though. Like that whole Duval thing is part of the narrative because we weren't like necessarily. I was a little nervous. I'm like, who are the Jaguars getting? And I think since that day, since he got into Jacksonville, he's been trying to prove himself. And in proving himself, he's almost put himself on the same level as the players. It's not like, hey, I have this resume, I know what I'm doing. Like, no, I might make some mistakes, but I'm with you guys in this, wholeheartedly. And I think when you have a coach who can bring himself down to a player's level, that's when players will start playing for you. That's when players will start giving you their heart and soul. And last night was a classic example of it. Like, if you've watched any Chiefs games this year, they win with talent, they win with confidence, but they don't necessarily always win with effort. Like, look what happens when it goes bad for the Chiefs. Look what happens when Travis Kelce had that was the first game of the season, I think it was, when he had the bumble in the end zone. Watch how many players were going like this, not hustling, trying to get after the football. Like, that's who they are. They're a team that's been great for so long where it's almost like they forgot how to win with grit because they win with being comfortable and they win with their skill.
Lost their edge.
They lost their edge a little bit. The Jaguars are all edge because you have a coach who's still trying to prove himself. And that, to me, is the giant difference right now, is when you have a guy that is trying to make a name for himself, that's trying to bust his ass to say, hey, I'm somebody too in this league, and hey, guys, in this locker room, we're doing this together. Like, I'll make you look good, and you make me look good. That's what it is right now, and that's the difference.
Yeah, I love what you're saying there. I think there's a lot of, in recent years, looking at coaching from a lot of different perspectives. Here in Jacksonville with the Jags, or we talk a little college hoops locally, or heck, from kids playing ball or whatever. The college landscape where I hammer big-time college basketball and football coaches and everything else. The one thing that really has stuck out to me in conversations with people is this whole deal about transactional versus relational people and coaches and bosses and everything else. And for a long time, the world was, I'm the coach, you're the player. Mm-hmm. And I can make you run through a wall, a la Urban Meyer in college, because I've got championships and I'm getting paid millions of dollars and I've got your scholarship in my hand, quite frankly. And I just don't think, I just said, if you're a transactional coach now at any level, and you really look at yourself in the mirror and you just think, hey, am I a transactional coach or a relational coach? You're a transactional coach, you ain't making it in this day and age. I just don't think so. I mean, unless you just have unbelievable pedigree. But look at, you think Bill Belichick's going to make it at North Carolina? Like, is he a transactional coach? Is he a relational coach? I don't know. Like, maybe deep down he's more relational than we know on the outside. Sure. But the point, I think coaches get into it really for relationships and building people up. But not everybody turns it into that, especially the way sports morphs and it becomes transactional. I think in many respects, the Jags regime of the last one felt transactional, whether they were or not. Do I think Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson had good relationships with the players? Yeah, probably. But it didn't feel like they were overly that. They were more about how do we acquire, what do we do, blah, 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 to win, like to move the chess pieces. I do think that I've said this before about Doug. I think Doug looked at Trevor's contract and said, you're a $55 million quarterback. This ain't on me anymore. You got to go get it done. To me, that's transactional. Because he saw the bottom line and the check they wrote.
We pay you this.
We pay
you
you
should
this,
do this.
You do this. I think that's a difference between, and I know there's some nuance in all that, by the way. That's not a black and white conversation. But I think that's where this group's so different. That's where I feel like they're so different. I think to all the things you just said, I think when you listen to a post-game speech, how many times say, I'm proud of you. I'm happy to be your coach. Like, I love watching you guys play. It's not pretty all the time, but I love the effort. I think the way Gladstone and Baselli have handled things the last 6 months, it feels so much more relational in that sense. And I think that's the difference right now. I think to put in my mind at least, that's how I can kind of put a bow on it and simplify it, is that doesn't feel like
It's just a move in a professional sports business, or what you're making, or even where you were drafted. Look, they're playing guys who are the best guys on the field, and they said they were, and they're acting like it. And I think that resonates with players as well. So I think that's where Liam's really doing a good job. I think he does relate. I think that's some of the youth part of this, the infusion of that. And then on top of it, their communication stuff we've talked about a lot. The message is clear. Get out of the gray.
Yeah.
That's another part of it. And I think pretty much the message is clear with Liam Coen. He's going to tell you how it is.
Yep.
He's going to have some hard conversations. Then he's going to have some great conversations. But he's going to tell you how it is. And I think that's what Trevor and all these players have told us that they really appreciate about him, that there's going to be accountability, but from both sides of the table.
Without a doubt. And I think when you speak about Liam Coen, it's funny because like a while back, this is like months and months ago, I talked about how, you know, Dan Campbell makes sense in Detroit because his personality fits that city. And I think if you go around like and like, for instance, Vrabel, I think fits New England because I think his personality fits that city and what Bill Belichick built, right?
Yeah.
Like I think like,
True.
I think there's something to be said for that. Right. And Mike McDaniel, I think for a while fit Miami because like he was the flashy guy with the cool shoes and everything. And,
Good point.
And it's working until it's not working anymore. We've tried so long, I felt like, to right the wrong, you know, of a coaching staff. And we've tried to hire, you know, the biggest name in college. That didn't work. You tried to hire probably with the biggest name, the safest name in terms of resume and kind of a front runner. And that didn't work. What you needed was a guy who matches the city. And, like, let's call a spade here. Jacksonville's not Miami. It's not Orlando, and it's not Tampa, right? In terms of the glitz and the glamour, it's not any of those cities. I feel like Jacksonville's more of the blue-collar, always trying to prove yourself type of city. That's what Liam Coen is. Like, it feels like for the first time in a long time that the Jaguars have kind of finally got a guy in-house that matches the vibe of the city. And, like, no, that's something like that PFF's not going to, like, do a showcase on or the EPA is going to say anything about it. But I think there is something to be said for it. I think there's something to be said for what the city is and who you are as a city and their identity and how it matches with the coach. And I think for the first time in a long time, it's been simpatico now where you have a city and a coach that kind of share that same personality.
To your credit, we've had this conversation for 7 years. And Austin's brought that up, and I really like when he brings that conversation up. I do think there's something cool about it. I don't think you can always match it.
Sure.
I don't know if it always works out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it screams out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you hit it, it looks and feels really good.
Of course.
Right? And so I'll just double down on this. And James Gladstone's a little bit trickier to nail down on this. But I'll say he matches when he makes the move. If we're going to call ourselves the bold city, and we like to say bold city, Shad's like to say that, right? So Shad has lived that a little bit, and from a stadium or a downtown or his visionary or what he wants, maybe not from a football record standpoint, but he's not afraid to be bold, that's for sure. And either is Gladstone when he makes that move for Travis Hunter. But what you're saying about Coen, I think you're right. There's a fit here, but we know there's a fit in the front office with Baselli.
Without a doubt.
So we know that, too. So now you've got more of these guys thinking alike, like the city, marrying up with some of that. And here's the one thing I feel about these kind of conversations, and I try to catch myself. And this is why I had the conversation coming out of camp about Liam Coen before he even won a game. And this is why I had it even at 1-0, and people are like, oh, he wins one game and you think he's a star. No, we had 6 months of watching this thing before he won a football game. I don't want to get carried away right now because the Jags are 4-1 and saying the things we're saying about the regime. What we hope is this is a sustainable thing for years to come. And if it's sustainable, guess what? The Jags are going to lose 3 games in a row at some point. Like, they're not going to just win football games all the time. So it's deeper than that. You've got to see through the wins and losses. But it's also why I feel like we've been talking about this if you want to go back to a late August show or if you want to go back to after week 1 show. This had nothing to do with the record. It's what you're seeing versus what we've seen and covered and felt in the past, and it feels different. There's no doubt. Like everything I say, every time people ask about the Jags, there's a different vibe. It does feel different. Like you can be around that building, and you notice that. I don't know if it relates to wins and losses all the time.
Yeah.
But right now it is. So enjoy it.
Well, and I've been very critical these past couple years of do you know how to lose as a team?
Yeah.
Right? And
do we know that yet?
Well, I'm going to say this much. That game in Cincinnati that a lot of people say, and yeah, I agree with them, you probably should have won, right? One bad call here. And you know how I felt about that after that game, right? Because Liam Coen, the first thing he said was the penalties. And I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
I don't like coming on a show. I don't like hearing a coach say the very first thing after loss was the penalties.
Yeah.
Because you learn nothing from that. You don't get better that way. Okay, point the finger at the refs. Now what? Are you a better team because of it?
Yeah, you weren't happy about that.
I was pissed at it, actually. But then, and that's one soundbite from the locker room that I didn't like. But actions speak louder than words. And then what do you do the next week? Well, yeah, you didn't play your best game against the Houston Texans, but you still beat the Houston Texans at home, which have always had your number. So this team's already kind of showing to me too, and let's be honest, like in retrospect now, you should have crushed the Bengals with Jake Browning at quarterback. It shouldn't even been a game, right? Like it shouldn't have. You should be undefeated right now. But you're not. But the point is, in a game that you probably should have won, and you leave Cincinnati thinking, you know what? We should have won that game, right? Now, thank God y'all left Cincinnati together. No one stayed behind. Thank God.
Big win there.
Thank God.
Huge win.
Thank God on that.
Story.
Woo! But you rallied together, and you found a way to beat Houston, and then you rallied together again, and you found a way to go to San Francisco and beat them on the West Coast. So does this team know how to lose yet? I mean, I think that they're showing the makings of it, but I think it speaks volumes when you kind of let a game slip through your fingertips with some bad mistakes, some penalties, and all this stuff, and you find a way to rebound right away. Like that deserves to be celebrated as well.
Yeah, and what's crazy about it for me, Hamby, a little bit on the Coen thing, is that I'm not really sure we've seen the full X's and O's stuff yet.
No.
You know, like the X's and O's in the running game have been good, but we're seeing all the other stuff that makes a coach, like the CEO stuff that makes a coach. Right. I think we're seeing the X's and O's with Campanile. Yeah, but I'm not sure we're seeing the X's and O's to the fullest.
No, we're not.
Because we're still asking for Travis Hunter to get the ball more, for them not to get delay of game penalties and illegal shifts. No illegal shifts last night, by the way. I don't think.
Yes. Man, hey, Jawan Taylor made me feel good, though. Because I put out a tweet. I said, I'm going to need at least two. And then 2 plays later, he got one.
There you go.
I was like, my man.
There we go.
Coming in clutch.
So I think, like, there's still more in the tank is my point. I mean, he's a really bright offensive mind. And I think once we see – I mean, there's still a back half of the year here. We think we're going to get more out of the offense than the X's and O's part is, again – I'm not telling you that the Jags are a Super Bowl team. I just think there's more in it. They're winning without – like the Colts, to me, are playing really good football. From the outside looking at, I haven't watched every game.
Yeah.
They look like their offense is performing about as close to 100% of its capability as possible.
Yeah, they're
right?
firing on a lot of cylinders.
You can't get much better.
Yeah, they're playing really good. And that's good for them, by the way. I'm not saying this isn't a knock. Yeah. I don't feel like the Jags are playing unbelievable football. Now, turnover-wise, they've been unbelievable. Right. Like, it's off the charts good.
The defense couldn't have been.
The Colts have won dominant games. The Jaguars have won ugly games.
Yeah. So
still 4-1 though, you know.
And there's still. That's my point. That's why I feel like there's more in the tank. Mm-hmm. I think you could argue, like, heck, there might be an early peaking going on in Indianapolis, or maybe they're just this good. Yeah. But what's it going to look like in November and December? I think when I asked that question about the Jags, assuming some health, I feel like the offense is going to look a lot better in November and December.
Yeah, I mean, look at what you did last night. You barely ran the ball for 50 yards. I mean, other than Trevor scrambles, like it was by far Etienne's poorest performance. Not that it was indicative of him. I don't think it was getting blocked, and I think that's a lot of credit to the Chiefs' defensive line. There hadn't been a game close where you felt like you were running the foot, like you had everything you wanted to, right? Every game so far, it's other than last night, has been you depended heavily on the run game. And, you know, you're kind of scratching your head on every drop back from Trevor and seeing what's going on and, you know, dropping the football and all these kinds of things. Well, last night it was kind of flipped. You didn't run the ball at all. There was one time where I felt like Trevor canned to a run. Other than that, because we've been hearing from Coen quite a bit that, you know, he's been calling runs, but Trevor has been, you know, changing the play, and he's glad Trevor's been changing the play. But, you know, everybody on the pick, right? 13 minutes left in the football game. Obviously, DPI, we all know. But, you know, it's like, why don't you run the football? Well, I think they were trying to stay out of 2nd and 10, backed up in their own end, and wanted to get a quick 4. Right? They weren't running it very well, and ETN had a decent average, but the Chiefs were stacking the box. So they probably thought they had numbers out there, had a matchup, and who knows if Parker can break a tackle and man-to-man on the outside and go, well, then the game is, you've achieved all you wanted to do out of that drive in the first play.
Yeah, I mean, like the game plan was evident, and then that's going to be the game plan going forward until proven wrong. Is we have to make Trevor Lawrence beat us.
Yep.
Right, and Houston did it, Kansas City did it, and teams with good defensive lines that are pretty solid are going to have that game plan. It's as simple as that, and it's going to be on Trevor Lawrence and this offense to go out there and prove that they can beat him through the air. Also, I think it speaks a lot of volumes too. We haven't talked about this yet in terms of the Chiefs. Was that Kareem Hunt who had the last touchdown for the Chiefs?
Yeah, he had 2 of them.
This is how cocky they were. If I was the coach, I would have been like, go down at the 1 yard line and make them burn more timeouts. I think the Chiefs thought, hey, we scored, it's over. Like, they weren't worried about Trevor Lawrence marching down the field and beating them.
Yeah, well.
Because any coach in their right mind would have been like, hey, we have the ball, whatever, on the what was it, on the 6 or 7?
Like 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah. I would have said, like, if they let you go in or if you get close to the end zone, go down on the 1 and let's run some more clock down.
Yeah, well, we were asking about this on the postgame show. We're getting ready for the postgame show, Dan and I, and it said, all right, if we weren't going to do it, but if we did a poll question right there at 1:45 to go, 28-24, what was the confidence level the Jags were going to march down the field and score? If you're being honest with yourself.
It wasn't high.
Yeah, I mean,
high.
I got a couple of texts, 0 chance this is happening. Like that, and by the way, I don't fault, like I'm a positive guy. I'm a Trevor guy. And I wasn't sitting there pounding my chest like, don't worry, they got this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's...
If it was 3, you might have felt like that. But since they were down 4 and they had to have a touchdown.
Well, 3, I would have felt a lot better.
But did you watch that play thinking, like, why did Kansas City not run some more clock out there?
I didn't.
I didn't think that way until you just brought it up, honestly.
That's been tattooed in my brain the whole time. But, like, once again, I think, because Andy Reid, like, if anybody knows, it's Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I just don't think they expected Trevor Lawrence to do that.
Yeah,
well, I was almost really pissed at Devin Lloyd for tackling him because he was the wrap defender trying to chase down Kareem Hunt on that play, and he tried to shoestring tackle, and thankfully Kareem Hunt broke it.
Yeah.
I was like, Devin, like, let him go.
Yeah, he almost made a nice play on that.
Honestly, like, I think, because once again, I mean, I get maybe you weren't running the ball like you wanted to, but, like, if you're on, like, the 5 yard line and you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to expect to go score regardless.
Yeah.
And I get they've had red zone issues all year, but I think in my heart of hearts, if it's the Chiefs playing the Buffalo Bills or some other high, powered offensive team,
I see that.
I think they would have told Kareem Hunt, hey, by the way, if they let you go or if you feel like you're going to get a touchdown, take a knee at the 1 and let's run some more clock out.
Yeah, it's tricky to do it when you're down, but I get what you're saying. Especially if you're the Chiefs. You have so much equity to do that. If you're the Jags, I don't think you can do that, but if you're the Chiefs, you can maybe do that. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this, I think to your point, I think they were more concerned about Bashal Tootin on a kick return than the Jags in general, because that's why they kicked that out of bounds. Mm-hmm. I mean, they didn't do it on purpose, but they were trying to be so cute about it to keep it away from Tootin that I think they got themselves in trouble with it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, one last thing on Coen, because I'm going to forget, and I tweeted this on the interception, the one that should have been called a PI. It's okay to still be critical of them. Like, I don't understand why they're throwing the football. Now, that might have been canned plays and Trevor decided to throw the football. I don't know. But you get the ball back with like 10 minutes to go or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're up a touchdown. It's like, go put a 12-play drive together and lean on them a little bit. Not put the quarterback that has been prone to some mistakes, situational mistakes in his career. Put 2 throws over the middle. They threw it to like Hunter Long for 2 yards on a slant. I mean, there's traffic everywhere. And then I know the PI's the PI, and it was certainly a blown call and missed call. But I don't know what the hell the play was going to end up like, even if he didn't get interfered with. They were all over it. Like, you're throwing it into 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Like, what? At least
it wasn't an option. It was like that was the design play.
Throw a screenplay or something. Like, I don't think I'm wrong there begging for them to run the football, not to chew clock, but to go take over the game on a long drive and put it away, and also eliminate risk of exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Exactly what happened. You cannot.
turn the football over in that spot. Like, you can't. And you can't put it in danger to be turned over in that spot. Yeah. And I like Trevor. I'm a defender of Trevor, but we also know that can happen. Like that. This is my whole argument with Trevor sometimes. Like, you've had 4+ years of it. Do I hope he continues to grow, ascend, all this stuff? Yes. But you also know some things that you have got to protect yourself against at times. People have strengths and weaknesses, and you have to know them. And I can't believe they would put that at risk. And I might have said, because we're having these arguments the whole game, and I'm defending Trevor, and I might have said, Trevor, please don't make me look bad here. And the next freaking play, I was like, oh, my gosh. And then, of course, it was a clear, how do you miss that, by the way?
Yeah.
How do the officials miss that?
I mean, just trucked him.
There was a lot of, I mean, the whole screen.
The
pick play at the 1 wasn't good, I thought. But
like the refs don't do themselves any favors with the Chiefs stuff
well,
sometimes
it doesn't help
because
when
the pick play, it's like Patrick Mahomes. I know he's just trying to defend himself, and I get it, but he goes over there, and the minute he goes over there, they change the call.
Well, the refs got bleeped into changing the call.
Well, okay, but
they got dominated.
Okay, I'll say this about that call, though. Yeah, it didn't look great, but Kelsey, like, the whole team went over there. So, like, they were almost like clued in on it. Like, hey, if we have the ball on the 1 yard line, we can do this. And if they, like, it was almost like their coach.
I don't care what they wanted to do. He didn't execute it.
Well, no, he did, though. Like, there's an argument that he did. You can do it within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. That's the way they practice.
He was like smidge over it.
Well, okay, but like
if you threw it, you know, to begin with, stick with your freaking call, man. Have some
I know,
stones.
but like the whole point though is like, at least credit to because it wasn't just Patrick Mahomes. It was Kelsey.
Yeah.
I think it was a lineman went over there too. Like they all thought the same thing, which means to tell me like, okay, they planned this where if the play gets thrown, like you can defend yourself a little bit. So like once again, it was too close to call, maybe, but it didn't look good when Mahomes.
Paging New York. Mr. Mahomes and Mr. Kelsey say we got to pick this up. Yep, pick it. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Listen, the thing that bothers me all the time is when they pick up flags. Then what did you see? Unless there's a tip ball or something like that somebody else saw. What did you see? Like, what are you waving off? It bothers me at any level. It's not just a Jags thing. But I also get what they're saying. They practice the play a certain way to know that they've got a yard to play with. And so from their standpoint, and by rule, depending on what goggles you're wearing, they weren't in the wrong there. But I would also argue, Hamby, what did you see then, ref?
You threw it, bro.
You threw it. So, but the other one is indefensible.
Yeah. You can't.
Like, indefensible. And it changed the football game.
Can't have that.
And by the way, the Jags already got the apology and screwed in the Cincy game. Mm-hmm. So now you're like, geesh, that's 2 in 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. But do know this, and the Jags know this. I think the organization kind of knows this as an underbelly. They're not going to get the benefit of a lot of stuff when you're the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Sure.
The elite teams have earned benefit, and Michael Jordan rules apply. But that's what happens. That happens in sports. And the Jags kind of know that. Like they don't use that as an excuse, but I think they know that, hey, we're not going to get hosed every game, but we're not going to probably get a lot of benefits of the calls. Now, some Kansas City people argue that PI at the end shouldn't have been PI. I think they're absolutely wrong. I mean, the ball doesn't get picked off in the end zone if he doesn't get interfered with. He totally got there early. He's not looking at the ball. He's not playing the ball. It's totally PI. But would they call it all the time in that situation? I don't know. Depends who you are.
They wouldn't have called that one.
Right? But almost disaster in that situation. So anyway, a lot of fun things coming out of this one. Thankfully, we don't have to sit here and complain about the refs because of the way it turned out. But the whole world was complaining about that one. That wasn't just Jags
that was
fans.
bad, man.
Like, you don't usually get, this is the worst PI call, or this is the worst call I've seen, or the guy in the booth says 100% they missed it.
Yeah. See, but once again, like that just goes back to, and I get like there's the Chiefs bias and everything like that in terms like calling it towards the Chiefs, but like you get this sense like they were so calm and collected even when they're losing. Because like, yeah, the refs will, like we'll get help. Like they just everything seems to go their way.
It's funny you say that, Austin, because I'm down there. Good amount of Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
And I'm down there, and the Chiefs fans, they lose that game in a weird way, right?
Some would say the weirdest.
But they're not like out of their minds.
No.
You know why? Because it's like, whatever. Lost the game.
How's the division? Yeah, their division's still up for grabs. Like the Chargers can't keep Justin Herbert upright.
Like
the Broncos, we don't know.
Like half of the stadium's going to a psychiatrist tomorrow if the Jags lose the game. Because here we go again. I can't function at work because the Jags never win.
I know, yeah.
But the KC Chiefs are just like, we got 5 Super Bowls we've been to in the last 6 years. Like, we're fine.
Let's get back to,
we got Patrick Mahomes. Like,
let's get the JIA and we'll get back.
Just someday I want to get to the stage around here where you can lose a game like that and be like, we'll see you next week.
Long way to go for that.
Yeah, bro. We have to walk before we can run. We have to crawl before we can walk.
It would be
give us some time.
It would be a nice thing. There's only 2 fan bases that I've really felt that with, and that's New England and Kansas City. New England got their butt whooped here in 18, and they're like, whatever.
Well, see, but I feel like Philly fans aren't really panicking though either.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
but Philly fans kind of making a passion of panic.
Well, but their baseball team should be panicking a little bit. Man,
tough week in Philly.
Yikes!
Penn State, the Eagles, the Phillies.
Penn State, get out of it. Yeah.
Tough week in Pennsylvania. Hey, you got to pay for the good times, people. Mm-hmm. We've had to pay for the bad times. We got a good one last night.
We're due.
We'll be back. Brent and Austen Show. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first, rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy, he's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay and Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay and Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Oh, welcome to Saxonville. It's been waiting for you. Oh, I get it. That's a Taylor Swift reference. Hey, by the way,
what the freaking no-show?
I told you guys.
Did she not show up?
No, I don't think so.
Brent, was Taylor Swift in house?
No.
I told you guys. Nobody listens to me.
My TMZ days are over.
I told you guys last week she wasn't coming, and nobody listened to me.
Was it because of the security thing, though?
Coming.
No, she did a lot more than Fallon yesterday. She did like 3 radio spots, and she did and she was on Fallon for like, I know they film earlier in the day.
Yeah.
She was on Fallon for like 50 of the 55 minutes of the show.
Oh, she was on for that long?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. I had heard that she was coming.
Man. One of those things where you got to go do
they needed her.
I guess so, but your fiance is playing on Monday Night Football, and I don't want to say relationship-wise, but
my TMZ days are over.
Who'd you get that info from? Because you were pretty confident she was going to be there.
Yeah, well, I wasn't overly confident. I just said I had heard that they had been working on suite and security
when you left
for
here
weeks.
When you left here on Monday, you were pretty gassed. She's going to be here. They've been working on security.
I thought I was right.
Suite and security. I should have signed up for that security detail.
What I would say is I wonder
They
if
need good
there's
people.
Do you think in her, because you know this stuff better, do you think that there's like, hey, we might come contingencies, but if we get tied up, we might not. You know what I mean?
I do.
So
sure
like
she
they
has
might have to have that contingency in place.
100%.
She probably call an audible or something.
But I bet
she
knew on probably Saturday
that it wasn't going to work.
Well,
She had booked XYZ.
when she started adding stuff, and who knows when she added that stuff. Or the radio stuff is significantly harder to find than like if you're going to be on Fallon.
Yeah.
But as soon as she scheduled those, she knew she was.
But because you tape Fallon at 5, but I bet if you're Taylor Swift, you're like, hey, I really need to tape this at 4:30. They do it.
They would.
Oh yeah, you have to appease her for sure.
They absolutely would. But clearly, it wasn't a priority.
No.
Well, I didn't have to see all those shots.
What do you mean? I watched the whole game just to see if she showed up.
I'm kind of bummed, man, because those shots would have meant, I think, more ratings. More ratings would have meant, hey, this is Trevor Lawrence, everybody. Let's introduce him to the world. You know, like.
Yeah.
I wish she would have been there.
How much did they show Travis Hunter?
Yeah, a good bit.
Did they?
Yeah, a good bit.
Field more.
Yeah, on the field, but also on the sidelines.
But was he like a main storyline a lot of time?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. When he was on the
had
field,
his own graphics and everything for a bit.
Yeah, well, what you got to do? I mean, if you're building a broadcast, he's got to be.
They did that early,
but they did it before that. They showed the Devin Lloyd highlight tape.
Did they?
They did have that.
I will say this, and again, I said this a little bit earlier. I know people get kind of stuck on how much national attention the Jags are getting. I'm not as big on that, but I was sitting there pregame and I couldn't hear the show, but I was watching ESPN, and I thought there was a lot of Jags coverage. Like, I thought this was like an equal opportunity kind of game.
Sure.
In terms of how ESPN presented it, with Liam and Trevor and Travis and Josh Hines Allen's story, of course, with his son. And it wasn't just Chiefs. I didn't get that feeling.
No, it was definitely balanced. Now, did Troy Aikman have the over and all the Trevor Lawrence props? It seemed like it because he wanted to hit on him in the first half a lot. Like there was a personal vendetta.
That's what
from
I kept
Troy
getting.
Aikman.
So that was real.
Troy Aikman had an interesting broadcast last night.
That was extremely real, Brent.
Was it?
Yeah, it made me uneasy.
I respect it though because and I don't know if I just don't watch the other Monday night games the way that I watched the Jags game, but I mean there were some questionable plays in the first half, and Trevor and Aikman was just I don't know what he's doing. That is awful. It's oh, okay.
You know, me and Casey do the Scrap House Wednesday nights. It reminded me of when the John Cena promo where he made real wrestling fans feel bad.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman was doing the same thing about the quarterback in Jacksonville.
He was.
Where I'm like, well, should I start thinking like Troy Aikman? Do we not have the guy here anymore? He was literally trying to plant these little tiny seeds in my brain, Brent.
It was.
Right?
But
then the whole nose picking thing on the sidelines, I'm like, man, this is going to go south.
In fairness to Troy Aikman,
but we respond.
When he made that throw to Brian Thomas Jr., Aikman lost it.
Oh, yeah.
There's not many humans that can make that throw.
Even the one to Parker Washington for the touchdown.
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't think Twitter was talking about because that time they were still mad at Trevor for going over the line of scrimmage and a delay a game or the fumble, whatever. I can't remember.
Trevor's not happy.
No, and so, but that throw to Parker Washington, I was like, dude, that is a hard throw. The one to De'Ami Brown, great throw at the last drive, and obviously that's what you buy into on Trevor. I did, and now I've seen it a million times, so I actually like the commentary from Aikman on the last play. He was something like, "Oh my goodness," or something like that. Like he was he had lost his mind. Even did that just happen?
They were
all flabbergasted.
And I thought Buck was awesome last night.
Oh, was he?
From the pick six from Lloyd.
I agree with you.
I thought Buck was awesome.
Okay, good.
I felt like, in a weird way, they were locked in to make it a good broadcast.
That's cool. It does feel like they're not all the time.
Did you feel that way?
No, I thought it was a great call.
It felt like from the rip because remember on the intro they kept cutting back to the video playing in the stadium.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
No,
usually.
It was a big fight feel, Casey.
It was
big fight feel.
Well, they were going all out for this. I don't know if it made other Jags fans appreciate it because the Chiefs get this crap all the time. But I was watching, I was like, damn, they're trying. They are really doing it.
This is what the Al Michaels game should have been.
Yeah,
against the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been.
I did appreciate it, though. Seriously, they brought everybody. I mean, everybody's here. It wasn't like they said, "Hey, you guys stay home for this one." You know, they don't go to all of them. Last week, they didn't have the Kelsey and all that stuff there.
In the studio.
So they brought their whole, and they bring a crew now. I mean, they really do it right. And again, I thought they did the Jags justice and all of this, and then the Jags earned more of that post game and after the game and into today. But I agree with you guys. I thought it was refreshing, and I don't usually care about that stuff, but I thought it was nice to see it on a big stage. Also, the other one I haven't watched back, but I did see the final drive from Manningcast. And the best thing about the Manningcast is all he cares about is the offensive side of the ball.
Yes.
So, he's rooting for the Jags on that last drive, especially Peyton, right?
Wasn't Warner on at that time?
Yeah, he was cool, too.
And he was
like,
good.
oh, yeah, that's definition of PI.
Yeah, and he also said the De'Ami Brown zero blitz thing. When he got the screen on second down, I think he's like, that was a great play call against that coverage. It does feel, it felt good to have people say nice things about Jacksonville, and I usually don't care.
Listen, it was a great broadcast, like I said, and we mentioned Troy Aikman came out the gate hot on Trevor Lawrence, right, and maybe feel bad about being a Trevor Lawrence fan, and then he flipped the tune at the end, and that was great to see.
Yeah.
Obviously a big win. You would have loved to see Taylor Swift there, though, just to see the aftershock of them losing and seeing the Taylor Swift reaction. Because let's be honest, guys, when we talk about NBC and Sunday Night Football, you might be flexing some games now. Honestly, you might be flexing some games and him with the flex.
I was talking about that this morning. You could get another game later in the year. I don't know which game. I haven't looked ahead yet.
Sorry, Nickelodeon. We're going to NBC now.
But you might actually get a flex game down the road based on this early stages. Maybe a Broncos game on the 21st of December, something like that. A Colts game if they're both vying.
Colts would be the
late.
game.
Colts,
that could be the division.
Colts, yeah, that's the division, Brett.
I got to go run and do TV, but the one nice thing about the win, too, is that everybody isn't talking about Trevor picking his nose.
No, without a doubt, man. That is a bonus because, hey, in high definition, 4K is pretty rough. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, they did him no favors.
No.
I feel like
just pan off him. pan off him,
I feel like if you're directing in that moment, you got to have a feel like he's going towards his nose. Let's get him off the screen.
Yeah. No, we like broke it down like it was a TED talk. Like, hey, let's just keep it right on there for a second.
I mean, yeah, now there's probably part of it if you're like the director, you're like, I don't want to see if he does it.
Yeah.
Because part of me was thinking like,
Troy Aikman's in the headset. Keep it right there. Let me see something.
The only other question mark from the ESPN broadcast was pregame was the SVP. I mean, he didn't do the Duval. Brian Clark did it.
So they did it.
Wait, what?
Or was it not televised?
Correct. They did it again in the stadium.
Okay.
From what I can gather. But yeah, when they see, that's another part of it. Like, I feel like they don't do that on normal Monday night games. Like, they took it live and they I don't know. I feel like they went all out.
Yeah. It's cool.
It was good.
It's refreshing. It's cool. Like, listen.
And you won. Like,
Casey, like, how many times in the national media standpoint in the past decade has it been positive? Has it been good? We haven't been like kind of the butt of all the jokes. Like
that one time Al Michaels fell asleep.
The one time Al Michaels fell asleep. Yeah. And the one time where we had the right to celebrate of like the craziest comeback ever in playoff history, and Al Michaels is literally just on Xanax just falling asleep.
The only other call recently, and this is just like a specific moment, was when Burkhart called the Rayshon Jenkins pick 6 against Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great call, I thought.
Yeah, it's true.
But to your point, like, they don't do a whole lot of those moments.
Yeah.
The kick should have been one of them. You didn't get it because, again, Al was asleep. Again, the Jenkins one is, I think it was great. It was great for that season, but like you're not going to go back to it. So, yeah, I thought they did it last night.
Casey, we started the show off with this, and I want to get your opinion. You're 4-1. 5 games into the season, and now you have a good idea of what you have in the NFL. Now, granted, it's chaotic, right? Like, I didn't have the Colts being at the top of the AFC.
Them boys are good.
Right? I didn't have the Ravens being in the bottom.
Those boys are not good.
NFC is just wide open in terms of, like, 4-1 teams, it seems like. But what can you say 5 games into the season? If you were going to tell a friend who's not like necessarily a football fan, they ask you, who are the Jacksonville Jaguars? What are you telling them?
I think they're a playoff team.
Okay.
And I think most of that probably comes from the fact of you're playing not a first-place schedule, right? You have winnable games. You have 2 with the Titans who, with all due respect, are terrible. And you've got another one with Houston who, I know what they did to Baltimore, but everybody's doing that to Baltimore at this point.
But you saw what they did in Jacksonville, too. It was a close game. They probably should have won. Like the way that we talk about the Cincinnati game, we should have won it.
Sure.
Houston's talking about how they should have beat Jacksonville.
Fair enough. But I think if they played this week, the Jags would open as 4 or 5 point favorite. Like,
that's fair.
I think the expectation is you go beat Houston whenever that game is, obviously, whatever happens, injury situation. But I think with the opponents that you have on your schedule and the ability to keep finding ways to win games, I think they should be a playoff team. I'm not saying they win the division because I think the Colts are
kind of the real deal as well.
Really good. And again, they got the same luxury that the Jags do for the most part. Like the schedule you're playing, you're not playing the schedule Houston's playing.
Yeah.
I think this would be a different story if the Jags had to go, play a bunch of teams that we know are good.
Yeah.
And they do have some teams that we think are good.
Yep.
But you can't play some of the games that you've played and won. Like, you can't play that game against Houston, against Buffalo, and expect to beat them.
True. No, without a doubt.
But you don't have to worry about something like that. So,
that's true. But, like, this is the conversation we can have now. I mean, I guess I don't want to have it quite yet. I mean, let's see how the season plays out and everything. But, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about, okay, if you want to make a playoff run, okay, you got to cut down the mistakes, got to cut down the penalty. Like, those are conversations we can all have. Now, you still have to get to that point, right? Like, Seattle's a tough team. Like and it'll be an interesting game, but
it turned into a game that they
you're well on your way. Exactly. Hamby, 4-1, 5 games in the season, trying to figure out who the identity is. What are you saying? Who are the Jacksonville Jaguars right now?
I think they're a team to be reckoned with that you have to play well to beat. If you don't play a complete game, you're not going to beat them. And I think, that may sound elementary, but I think it goes a long way in the NFL. You've got to play a full 60-minute game to beat Jacksonville. It doesn't matter what you do in the first quarter. Doesn't matter who you are. You've got to see them for 60 minutes. And you have to go win the game. They're not going to lose it anymore like they've done for years and years and years. You have to make the plays to beat them. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting up wondering at the end of the game, what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the way that this goes the rest of the way, and we all know this, but like you're in this stretch right now. Seattle's going to be tough. Rams are going to be tough. And then you go Raiders. Texans.
Yeah.
Chargers are good. Cardinals.
Well, Chargers aren't what we well, injuries with Chargers though. Like Justin Herbert can't stay upright.
I know.
Like if I'm Trayvon Walker and I'm Josh Hines Allen, I'm foaming at the mouth right now for that game.
I still think they're a good team though.
No, I mean they're a well-coached team. Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, but hey, that'll be a storyline too. Trevor versus Justin.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you got the Cardinals, terrible. Titans, terrible. Colts are the Colts. Jets are terrible. Broncos are pretty decent. Colts and Titans, like.
Yeah, it's.
If you just do what you should do at this point, not even anything unbelievable, you should be a wild card team.
And you've built yourself some padding. Not that you really want to get in that mind space.
I think you're there.
Hopefully the players don't, but I think we can. Like if you drop a game that you shouldn't drop to the Cardinals, it's not the end of the world right now.
No, I mean, you know what? That's probably this is the NFL. All right, like there's gonna be a game on this schedule that the Jaguars are gonna be probably heavy favorites
and lose.
They'll have a sloppy game and they'll probably lose it, right? But the difference with that this year and for prior years, and this is the Liam Coen effect. And I said this all the time about Doug Peterson. And yes, you have to have respect for Doug Peterson because the guy won a Super Bowl, so he knows what he's doing a little bit. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But when you talk about the Doug Peterson, what he was good at, I think he was great at playing the underdog role. When the chips were always stacked against Doug Peterson, when you lose Carson Wentz, you have to rely on Nick Foles and your defense to win you football games in the playoffs. Like, you found a way to do it. When nobody's giving you a chance in the season of what, 2000, that would have been 2022?
Yep.
22? No one's really giving you a chance. Okay, you make a playoff run. When you're getting curb stomped by the Los Angeles Chargers, it would have been at the time, in a playoff game, and they ask you at halftime, what are you going to make the adjustments? You're like, we got it, don't worry. You were the underdog there. When you were the front runner, you just couldn't do it.
It's wild.
When you had high expectations, when we all started coming around and said, okay, it feels different, hashtag, trademark, whatever, you folded. You faulted. I don't get that same vibe with Liam Coen.
No.
If you're like, they've been a front runner now for the past couple weeks, just based off a record. And while it hasn't looked great on offense, and this has to be eventually, it has to be an identity of this team. Like, you can't rely on Defensive Player of the Year, Devin Lloyd, to win you football games and change momentum around.
Unbelievable.
I feel like
Madden had it right.
Madden had it right.
My fault, Madden. I was wrong.
But at the end of the day, like, to me, what feels more different than anything is you don't need the underdog role to be successful here in Jacksonville like you had with Doug Peterson. I think you can be the front runner, and you're going to have a coach that's going to keep you humble, that's going to keep you grounded, and that's going to keep you working hard. And that's a difference. And once again, we can sit here and say the curses have been lifted. You know, you win on the West Coast, you win Monday Night Football, you beat the Texans at home, and maybe all those curses have been lifted. I feel like the last remaining curse now, and where I still feel a little uneasy, is like, okay, you guys are actually like really good now. Like,
win when you're supposed to.
You're the top of the division. You're the top of the NFL, and it's weird to say.
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable to say because we're all waiting for like, okay, when is the drop going to happen? What can you do now? And I feel confident for the first time in a long time when you're on top and you're a front runner, you can back it up.
Real quick, guys, I was thinking, it would feel different if the Colts were what we thought they were going to be, and 2-3, 3-2, and if the Jags were a full game up or maybe 2 games up, and are one of the only 4-1 teams in the NFL, that would feel a lot different. I'm almost at this point, right now after Week 5, glad that the Colts are also 4-1. It could benefit the Jags long term because a cakewalk in your division equals complacency, especially from a team that has never had a cakewalk in the division, at least in my lifetime. So the fact that they're tied with the Colts, and hopefully, and likely now it's probably going to be down to the last 2-3 games. Like, it's going to be right there. That's really good to be in a division battle, just as far as keeping your foot on the gas, right? Not caring what your record is, because everybody wants to win a division title. you want to win the division title. The Colts are right there with you. I think, that will not allow for any complacency no matter what the Jags record is for the rest of the season.
I would agree. I mean, I haven't been in the locker room. Like, I don't know where, but I do agree from the idea that Hamby's at. Like, yeah, I want them.
Yeah, no,
worried about. No, I don't know. Worried is the right word, but fighting for that.
No, I mean, without a doubt. My only argument would be, well, you look at how it's panned out in the past when you have teams like from the NFC North that have to battle it out, and they don't go to the Super Bowl. And then when you have teams from the AFC North who have to battle it out, and they don't go to the Super Bowl. But no, I would much rather have that adversity and having to look over your shoulder constantly to make sure, like, okay, well, here come the Colts again. Like, that keeps you honest. That keeps you at the forefront. But also, I don't know.
I also think they're a team, and now, granted, they haven't done enough of this on the road. They did go beat San Francisco, and that's extremely impressive. But at this point, hopefully Coen continues to win games. I have no concerns about them going on the road and trying to win a game.
Not anymore? No.
You can't now. You can't go to Buffalo and play the way you have in times. But assuming that Coen keeps them locked in on some of these games on the road that are not necessarily the toughest games ever to win, but you stay locked in, they win the division. That'd be great. If not, okay, go on the road and play somebody. I feel like they definitely got a shot.
Yeah,
I don't need to be at home in my mind right now in the playoffs.
I think long gone now are the narratives of, okay, like this could be a road game. It's going to be a blowout. Like, I think those days are done here. I really do. I think in terms of effort, I think in terms of coaching and holding people accountable, I don't expect to see another Detroit Lions game like last year or a Buffalo Bills game on primetime. I think those days are done.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was the worst game I ever played, maybe.
I feel like you said that, and I paused for a second.
It had the makings last night to be one of those games.
It did.
It did start that way.
It did. No, it was on its way.
Yes,
I said earlier in the show, I tweeted stage fright. I started doing the math. I was already counting like 47-10 last year, add 14, 61-10 the last two Monday primetime games. Like, no, that's what you do.
Brent gave him no chance.
Well, shoot, man. I mean,
it's like carry the one.
Yeah, I've been doing math, man. Like 23 in a row. Man. 23 in a row the Chiefs had won when leading by 14 or more. 23 in a row.
I will say ESPN did keep throwing up some stats in like the bottom left. They were like, Jags haven't beat the Chiefs since electricity was invented. And it was like, all right, settle down. We get it.
Pump the brakes. I know the last time the Jags were 4-1?
Yeah, 2007.
Okay.
The last time they were 3-0 at home is 2006. That one surprised me a little bit. And I don't know why. I just figured maybe, but that was the stat I hadn't seen, and ESPN came up with that. Hadn't been 3-0 at home to start a year since 2006, and I guess it kind of adds up. I was doing this math today. I think there's 6 times that since 2011, so in the last 14 seasons, 15 seasons, I guess that would be, 6 times the Jags have won 4 or less games. They're already there. Another 3 times they won 5 games in a season. They're 1 win away from basically
they will win again,
equaling 2/3 of their campaigns over the last 15 years. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Has not been good.
But when they do win, like when they do actually do it, they win. 2017, 2022, 23 was actually the one anomaly where they actually won football games like with a 500 record and didn't make any noise in the postseason. So, like the Jags, I think this is the 5th time in franchise history. They're now 4-1, and they've gone to the postseason every year. I mean, the Jags right now, and this does not feel, I thought about this morning. This does not feel like 2018 when the Jags beat the Patriots to go to 2-1, and it was like, oh. And then they beat the Jets right after, I think it was, to go to 3-1. And people are seriously thinking Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, because they had come off the AFC Championship, so this is the next step. I got to be honest with you, I don't feel that at all here, in part because I don't necessarily feel at this stage that this is a Super Bowl team. I feel like this is a playoff good team in today's current NFL landscape, but I also feel like we don't know fully how good the Jags are yet. In 2018, we thought they were a really good team coming off 17. Then they go thump the Patriots. Then they go thump the Jets. Then they get off to a 3-1 start. Like, it's a totally different feel. And I think that's a good thing, because I think what we did is they included, got a little bit complacent at that point. Like, hey, we're going to be there at the end. I don't necessarily think the team is there yet from a mental standpoint, of like, I think they still feel like they gotta do some things, which is a good thing.
Without a doubt, because at least I thought this team's identity was going to be their offense. Like, they were going to win through their offense. And through essentially 5 games, they haven't. Like, they've relied on their defense and some special teams to kind of carry them through. So, yeah, we haven't even seen the full capabilities, the full arsenal of their offense yet, and that's what Liam Coen was brought here to do. So, yeah, I think it's okay to be, it's cool to celebrate right now because, yeah, the record speaks for itself, but it's also cool to be optimistic because, and you can have your sunshine and rainbows if you want, because we haven't seen the full capabilities of this offense.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen Trevor, be unleashed yet. We haven't seen Brian Thomas Jr. put up those big games. There's still so much more you can do.
Yeah.
Have the Jaguars had a receiver go over 100 yards yet this year?
No.
No way.
Doesn't feel like it. Unless De'Ami Brown maybe did it.
Yeah, there's no shot, right?
Early.
No, he didn't. No, they haven't. I mean, heck, it's wild to me, but Trevor only threw for 220 yards yesterday. It felt bigger than that because a lot of it's his legs. He only threw 25 times because he dropped back 35 times, but he ran 10. He had 10 attempts.
It feels like about 200 yards. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, is that what it felt bigger than that to me?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It felt like he made, it felt
the first half wasn't ideal.
It felt like 3 throws.
Yeah.
So I could see 200 and whatever.
I mean, he was 9 of 13 for 107 in the first half. That's not terrible numbers.
That just
107, yeah, but
that surprises me. I guess in my mind, I'm just thinking Hunter Long here, Johnny Munt there. The only thing I remember from the first half that was a big play was Strange.
But even that was a big play. But BTJ I think was 3 for 47 in the first half. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel like it.
I know because the narrative there was he had fumbled. He had gone over the line of scrimmage, and so everybody's like, this is brutal. What are we doing?
That's fair.
But the numbers were not adding up. He had done more good in the first half than bad, despite the big fumble. I get it. The fumble was a big...
Don't try to tell Troy Aikman.
Well, don't try to tell anybody.
Okay.
My timeline said that.
Well, it was a big fumble. I get it. You can't fumble on the 1 yard line. You can't do it.
I still have a different feel for the fumble because I think he's getting stuffed, so it's a turnover either way. It's not like it was a first down fumble. You know what I mean? The context of it is I don't think they were getting in there on the tush push.
I agree. But yeah,
that might be my Trevor goggles on too.
It's worse to lose the ball.
Fair enough.
Significantly. Even if it's fourth, it just looks worse.
It's the optics.
Worse. Yeah. We'll be back. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
Yeah.
Casey, dartboard Casey, get that dartboard out of there.
Nice.
He's the only one that got anything.
My dog Tyler Ward, get in the end zone. And Michael Carter.
We'll be back.
Shout out to Penn State for me.
The music ran out.
Hey.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
That's funny stuff. Hey, DeJuan Smoot will be at Jags Report Live tonight with us in Jack's Beach. Strings in Jack's Beach, so DeJuan will be there. Trayvon was scheduled to be with us, but obviously we called an audible. And Trayvon, I think Liam Coen said today that he's going to work. Like, there's some feeling that he can maybe get ready for even Sunday's game.
That's amazing.
We'll see. I think there was a thought, now if you want to be on the sunny side of this, that maybe he could get ready for yesterday's game, and he didn't. But I think the quote was somewhere in, hey, we thought it was smart to keep him out. He already feels better, and we think, there's some trend toward getting him out there. So we'll see.
That would be interesting for me with Seattle, because I think we talked about this earlier this week, but that wasn't even me that dropped something. I know that I'm messing around with something, but that wasn't.
Did we put something in the fine jar?
That was definitely. I didn't drop that. My piece is still here.
I can't keep my ring on my finger.
There we go. So it was him. Told you guys. You guys didn't believe me.
Well, no, I'm watching you. I was like, I don't think anything just dropped.
I thought it did, though. We all looked down. It's like, hey, let's blame Casey for being the moron. Nope, it was Hamby.
You blamed yourself. Nobody blamed you.
Anyway.
All right, stay
on task.
From now on, if the show goes off the rails,
okay.
This is the Betch Mahomes
universal
signal. Let's bring it back in.
All right.
Back.
Okay, let's turn that down.
Hey, man.
Sorry.
And also jump to live is what you're going to want to do there.
I'm just going to get that out of
there. Anyway, back to my point. We talked about this with Seattle's offense. Their whole gimmick is get the ball out of Darnold's hands immediately. So I don't know what Trayvon Walker does in that like how he impacts the game in that way, because Seattle's plan is already to get it out of Darnold's hands.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what impact he would have but I don't know how big Trayvon could be in that game.
Well, hopefully the long arms can just put your hands up and knock
Sure.
balls down, because they do a lot of short intermediate routes where across the middle, get your hands up. No, but I agree with you. And it's almost, I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves here a little bit, but I mean, let's start breaking down the Seahawks a little bit.
What do you think the line is?
I saw it.
Austin? Guess it, Casey?
Jaguars at home. They'll give them 3, and then big
I don't think
win.
they're getting another 4.
No, I would say Jaguars are probably going to be 4.5.
I like 4.5 too.
-1.
Huh.
Yeah. I thought it was a little low.
Huh.
Short week.
Short
Emotional
week,
win.
but keep in mind, they're
Okay.
playing at 10 a.m. their time.
Yeah, that's what.
Like, that's not a friendly time slot, the
No.
1 o'clock time slot out
Yeah.
east.
And Sam Darnold's been terrible here. We talked about this last week too.
But Vegas knows something.
No, they don't. Vegas had Penn State up by 27 before the game started. Forget Vegas. I'm so off of Vegas and their stupid stuff.
Before you go on Seattle, I just want to
Okay.
say something. I actually think where the Jags missed Trayvon more than people will say is in the run game yesterday.
Sure.
He's a really good run stopper, which nobody factors into these defensive ends.
Right.
But he's really good, and you're going to need that against Seattle.
That's true.
So I
Yeah.
think it's bigger than just the quick game and getting the pass out and trying to get to the quarterback. I think it really relies on – he's really good at that.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. And also with Seattle, it reminds me a lot of when I used to play New England with Tom Brady. It's frustrating because you can get a great pass rush and Sam Darnold gets it out in like 0.1 seconds, and it's like, okay, well then what was that all for? But I'm very curious to see how this defense and what the plan with Travis Hunter will be, because we're seeing a guy right now that is kind of coming to his own as a wide receiver. But then if you look at Seattle, Jackson Smith and Jigba
Yeah.
is
Really
one
good.
of the best wide receivers right now in the NFL. And
go ahead.
yeah,
sorry.
no, I was gonna say, and like you have to ask yourself, like, do you want to lock him down with Travis Hunter? Do you play zone coverage and let him find the open space, or what's the plan going to be there?
I think that's interesting because I don't think they're the same player, but I think JSN has similar bend like Travis Hunter does and the shiftiness.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do think it'd be interesting if he was covering him all game, just because I think they're so similar.
That's a good point.
But I think advantage goes to JSN for sure, and I think it could get a bit messy.
Yeah.
With that, I mean,
Do
I don't know
you
if Travis
do you
Hunter's
put
up for that?
Hunter? So what do you think, Casey? Do you, or Brent too? Obviously anybody, but
Somebody.
yes, somebody, anybody. But like, we're sitting here talking about, man, when he has the ball in his hands, great things happen. And then we're also talking about, well, in Jigba, it could be an issue. So should the focus be more on Travis Hunter playing defense on a short week?
I don't think it's more. I'm okay with getting him out of there. I think the focus now is getting that damn ball in his hands as much as possible. And you were going to continue, I think. Hey, listen, I think Buster Brown played really well yesterday.
Made a play.
At least what I saw. Now, I don't know if it was really well if you watch every play. I just remember him on a couple of occasions, maybe one with special teams now that I think about it. But I saw him. Like, you felt him. I don't know what's happened to Jarian Jones. Doesn't feel like he's part of this thing anymore.
I forgot about
Tyson Campbell. I do think he can elevate your corner game. It is really what you're getting after. But I think he has to elevate your offensive game too.
Yeah.
And so it was a mix yesterday. I don't see why it would have to be one or the other. I think it's still a mix.
It can be a mix, but okay. Where are you more worried about Seattle, though? Their defense or their offense right now? And to me, I'm more worried about their offense.
I don't love the Tyson Campbell JSN thing, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't follow him around, I don't think, because JSN's in the slot a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and don't get me wrong, Tyson has his moments of very good. He also has his moments of what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't like that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how I feel about a Buster Brown matchup with JSN. So,
Yeah.
like,
Well, and keep in mind, too, and like,
tough guy to cover, man.
well,
Yeah,
and keep
it's
in
fair
mind,
enough.
I mean, they also have former Jacksonville Jaguar Cooper Kupp on their team as well. And in the grand, like, he's not the Cooper Kupp from the Rams, but then obviously he comes to Jacksonville, does his thing here for
a minute,
week or two,
a minute, and then goes to Seattle, and like, yeah, he's not the one receiver, but you still have to respect him as well.
That's the thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, their offense to me is just, I don't want to say so different than anybody else, because like when Lamar's in, the Ravens do.
Yeah.
But like, all of their receivers are like,
they're dependable. No,
what 2 steps get open and the ball is coming.
No.
Cooper Kupp, JSN, they play the same way. They throw it to Charbonnet out of the backfield.
Yeah.
They will do anything but run it with Kenneth Walker.
Don't get it twisted. Like,
anything.
Kupp can still do his thing. Like, he had the run here and it was fine. But in Seattle, he's really fitting into his zone. Now we got Travis Hunter, and I'm sure Cleveland Browns fans are punching air because, it's going to be a top 10 draft pick for Travis Hunter. No. We kind of, how do you think Browns fans are feeling right now? Yeah, sure, Judkins looks like the real deal.
He does look good.
And Mason Graham's looking pretty good.
Gabriel was balling.
But y'all thought you were going to finesse the Jacksonville Jaguars and get a top 5 draft pick next year with Travis Hunter. Not so much. Picking maybe deep in the draft.
I love the fact I don't know how your brain operates that you got Cooper Kupp on your mind and all of that.
He plays for Seahawks.
Well, I get it, but you bring the yard line Yoda into it, too, which is fantastic.
Okay, but Brent, you're on Twitter more than anybody.
I get it, but I'm just not on my.
He was coming here.
That wasn't on my radar. I forgot about that.
We were told.
Hey, I want to jump back in here on the Kenneth Walker thing. 8.7 a carry, and he gets the ball 10 times last week.
Dude, it's a joke how often they give the ball to Charbonnet.
What are we doing?
He's got Walker on the year. Walker on the year is averaging 4.9 a carry.
Hamby.
Charbonnet is averaging
4.9 is pretty good too.
2.8 a carry.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And this moron gets the ball.
Yeah. How many carries does each have?
68, 48.
Okay. And Charbonnet missed a game.
And Charbonnet's getting goal line touches.
Goal line touches.
Now, Hamby, do you have Kenneth Walker in fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
you want to ask me?
I already know you do.
Every league.
Don't ask him.
I already
That's
know
my
you
guy.
Do. I already know you do. You're out of control.
Go way down my Twitter. I was trying
to get Joe Cohen watching the defensive line film from yesterday for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is exactly what's happening.
I was trying to get him to win the Heisman.
It just reminded me of a bit. It was an old ESPN one where you just had a moment like back. I forget the topic was, but I saw it recently.
Oh, thanks.
But that goal line touches was reminiscent of it.
Well, dude, it's just so. I don't know what the hell they're doing in Seattle. I mean, they're pretty good.
Listen, do we want to go through
Arnold's 28 to 32?
Do you want to go through a fantasy rant hour right now?
Yeah.
Where D'Amico Ryans, for whatever reason, knew I was playing Woody Marks this week and decided, you know what? Hey, we have 10 running backs at our disposal. We'll put up 45 points. Woody Marks, get your ass in Bryson Pine. What was that?
Okay, we're not going to sit here.
We're sitting talking about Woody Marks.
We're not going to sit here and slightly pretend that some dude named Woody Marks and Kenneth Walker are the same dude.
Yeah.
We're not even.
2 touchdowns last week, Casey.
You know how many people have scored 2 touchdowns in the NFL? Hundreds.
It happens.
Well, speaking of fantasy rants, not Travis Hunter. He hasn't scored yet, so I'm sure plenty of fantasy owners are ranting there as well.
He's on the bench right now, Brent. He's on the bench right now.
Everybody's going to get in here. I scored 190 points in fantasy and lost because the Bills just suddenly forgot to give James Cook the football.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he's been carrying us. He's been the best running back in the National Football League. He wins Offensive Player of the Week. Let's give it to him 7 times.
That is pretty bad.
And let's go ahead.
That is a long S.
That was a very long S. And let's go ahead and put a bow on this whole thing. Did I have Brashard Smith for a first touchdown score last night at plus 3,500? And was he 2 yards away from getting that plus 3,500?
Was he?
Yeah,
active?
he was. Brett, you obviously didn't watch the game now, did you?
3 catches.
Brett, you didn't watch the game. They used him. He almost had a touchdown. He almost got the first.
We know you love that guy.
Plus 3,500.
Every time he got the ball, I was like, damn it. Like,
oh, yeah.
I wanted to be good.
Oh, and I was going to text you guys, too. But I'm like, yeah, I don't text you guys.
Nobody was texting me back. I was in the group chat by myself.
Dude, I'm watching sports. I can't text him. I got to focus.
By the way, don't worry about the Tuesday bit anymore. We just got it. Fantasy rants.
Fantasy rants. I like it. I like it.
It really did just happen.
Yeah, I was talking to myself in the damn group chat. I was pissed at you guys.
Yeah, whatever, man. I got a game, Casey, on us. You're welcome.
Dude, you suck.
How did this happen?
We suck.
That was a good win for us, Amby.
We suck, too.
We all sucked.
2-4.
By the way, this is reminiscent of actually my Hard Rock wallet.
Yeah.
For this weekend.
Dude,
it was a rough
I
one.
got hammered
It was a rough
this
one.
weekend.
We're the Titans.
We're the Commanders.
No, look at our record. We're the Titans.
Well, I gave you the Commanders because that was the only one you got right that nobody else got.
Yeah, man.
I want to be the
really
Long
sift
Island
through that
whatevers. That team. That
I was
lost
going
to
in
Florida.
about 15 directions, and now I don't remember which way. So while I'm at it, good win for your brew crew.
Oh, yeah, man.
I can't explain how that was nowhere where we were.
Well, it wasn't, but I know.
We were a bunch of other places. That was not it
guess-
at all.
wait,
I just hard left it.
That's why Austin couldn't text because he had the Brewers and the Jags going pretty much at the same
that's
time.
what brought it up. He's like, I was too busy. I had too much going on.
There was way too much going on.
And I talked about it in the commercial break, but you were like,
tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, so literally, okay, well, first of all, off to a bad start for the Brewers, gave up a 3-run home run. Yeah. And I'm like, yep, Hamby was right, Brent was wrong, shouldn't have had their, bullpen game, but then ended up paying off dividends because you kind of saw the grand scheme at the end. They used Mizorowski, Brent, who is a guy who...
Why are they using him out of the pen?
Well, because he
105.
Because he throws 105 miles per hour and he's the biggest head case ever. Like, if he's locked in, he's better than Paul Skeens. If he's not locked in, he's worse than
Did
me.
I miss that shift, though? I mean, he went to the All-Star game because of a starter.
So after the All-Star game, he started
four times.
being a head case and not hitting strikes. Like, he has 37 walks this year. It's something crazy.
He walks a lot of people.
He walks a lot of people. So, they brought him in, the third or fourth inning, and, he's jumping up and down. That was his World Series game.
Yeah.
And he balled out. But,
it's game 2 of the
DS. I'm stressing out.
World Series for that.
I'm stressing out, both ways, right? When we got the Jaguars down by 14, Brewers down by 3, and it's crazy. It's crazy how it mirrored each other. It got to the point where I had the Brewers game on my phone, Jaguars on the TV. I had to switch that up because I'm like, oh, it's bad juju. Switch it back, and then it wasn't helping, so I switched it back again, and then all of a sudden,
it's not playing.
Brent, all of a sudden, Devin Lloyd 99-yard touchdown interception, and literally 5 seconds later, Jackson Churio 3-run home run, and I
within
almost passed out.
Moments.
Yeah, I almost passed out. It was simply too much. It was. I love sports, but it was too much sports.
That's why nobody was texting me back.
It was too much sports.
They were passing out.
I told him earlier, I was like, I really enjoy this. Is one of my favorite parts of Austin is that I can't picture it.
Oh, Brent.
Right? I
Passing
can't.
out?
No, I can't picture of. No, I couldn't say something here. I'm not going to say.
I set him up for it. I'm not going to lie to you, Austin. I was trying to get him to do it.
We're having a good Tuesday.
I was trying to get him to do it. I'm not going to lie.
Say it, man. What you got for us? What you got for us?
But anyway, I can't picture him.
Damn it.
In his apartment.
Hey, it's a
house. Wherever it is. I don't know what it is.
In his garage. Yeah.
In wherever.
Yeah.
With a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And watching these games and getting out of his seat for it.
Sure.
Right? And fist pumping and all that. Now, if Rodin's there, I can see him doing the gritty.
You
and all
have
this
no
stuff
idea.
and dancing
Whoa.
around.
Doing what now? Doing what?
Doing the gritty. Doing the gritty like that. That was like a wacky inflatable
That was an
man,
inflatable
whatever
man.
that was.
Yeah.
But think about this, Brent.
I wasn't picking my nose.
Brent, if we're playing if Casey brings a game to the table, right, and I win it, I celebrate.
No, you do.
So then imagine me with sports teams I'm invested in, what I'm doing.
I know, but
I'm
it's still,
definitely
it's a long
letting it fly.
jump. It's a long jump for me to get to the point where you're the guy on the couch.
Oh, I'm the guy on the
going
couch.
crazy.
Yeah.
Again, because I know you like the Brewers. But
see, just because I don't tweet about them doesn't mean I'm not a fanatic.
I'm just being honest with you.
I'm a fanatic.
He's on Twitter.
You agree with me though. I
You
can
don't-
tell you agree with me.
No.
You cannot picture him in his house.
I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely house.
It's definitely
jumping
house.
up and down
Definitely
and almost
house.
passing out on 2 plays.
I certainly can't picture the passing out part. But
I'm not gonna lie. I Jordan fist bumped probably 20 times. Just let's go by myself.
I'm with you though.
By myself.
I know. I believe that you're committed to both bits, the Jags bit and
Yes.
the Brewers bit. I do have a hard time seeing you fist bump.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
But I appreciate
respect. No,
I like it.
Cool with it.
I
but
like it.
You
It's
should
just
you should have saw me through, and then the Trevor fumble, and the 3-run home run that the Brewers gave up.
A lot of swearing.
what happened there.
Oh,
A lot of swearing.
yeah.
Oh.
I literally said, "What the bleep?" I got up and I paced around the kitchen like this, just like what are we doing?
That's amazing.
What are we doing? Yeah, dude, I get into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect it.
We have to do a live cam.
I just sat there.
You just sat there and kept living
You were
life.
just pissed about whatever bet you had put in or fantasy.
No, dude, I said this to Hamby, whatever day, Monday, and it rang true yesterday. I was working all weekend, and even yesterday, I didn't bet at all this weekend.
Oh wow.
It's a huge, some would say accomplishment, but I would say
a
debacle.
feat. Yeah.
Yeah. But I placed
I knew
one
you.
bet. That's terrible. I hate it. I literally one bet on Saturday, 1 minute before they started playing college football, and that team got slaughtered. So I lost that one. But I didn't bet on no NFL.
And survived to tell about it.
I don't feel good though. I don't know what's on tonight, but I think I'm going to go for it. I think it's NHL opening night. Why
Oh,
not?
it might be NHL
Opening night.
Somebody's gonna score.
We do
I got some like German soccer for you if you want to do something.
I'll take
after.
it. I need it terribly.
All right, I got you, man. I got
Can you
your
please
fix
tell
here.
us what Reddit is saying?
Weber, if you got
about-
darts, I'll take that.
Give me to
Ping
the
pong,
break.
Hamby,
I
I'll
can't
take
even name
that.
a German team. I was
Give me
going
to
to
the
try,
break.
but I couldn't even name it.
Give me to the break, man. I got
Can't
you.
name one German soccer team?
No.
Not really.
Red Bull something? Red Bull Le Pigs or whatever?
Leipzig.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Bayern Munich.
That's the
German
one. That's the one.
Bayern- yeah.
Bayern
Okay.
Munich is the one.
Okay. I've heard. I knew. I just didn't know that
T-Mobile
was a
jerseys,
German.
red
Yeah,
jerseys.
I got it.
Okay.
I just didn't know that was the German.
Thomas
Team.
Müller.
Well, that's
What
a pull.
the hell?
Yeah,
He
that's
just
a
looked
pull.
something up.
No,
No, Lewandowski.
I mean, who's the big guy? The tall English dude that plays for Bayern Munich.
Harry Kane.
There we go. Harry Kane.
Harry
Kane. Kane.
Mariners, Tigers tonight. Blue Jays, Yankees. Blue Jays could close them out tonight.
I'll
See
bet
if
on that.
happens.
We got
And that Mariners Tigers series is a good one too.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I feel like you think the Yankees are done.
Yes.
Well, I don't think they're going to win 3 in a row.
Okay.
Who's
But
pitching
I
for the
don't. I
Yankees
think
tonight?
they'll probably win tonight.
Rodon.
Eh.
He'll serve a
Did,
couple
what's
up.
his name already pitched this series?
Bieber
Cam,
pitching for Toronto.
Cam, whatever. Did he pitch?
No,
already?
he pitches next.
There might not be a next.
Well, I mean, if he, yeah,
Who pitched in the first games? Freed and somebody?
somebody else.
It
out of-
was game 2.
Yeah, who was game 1 for the Yanks?
It wasn't Will Warren, was it?
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say, please
Will
don't
Warren
tell me
pitched
it's
like
Will
5
Warren.
innings in relief of Freed.
All right.
Or 4 innings or something like that. Hey, where are we on break? We got to catch up on one. Let's catch up on one. And we come back, put a bow on this show. Some final thoughts on the Jags' big win, of course, and get you set for the rest of the week. This week's going to go fast because the Jags play at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Oh, it was Louis Hill.
G-I-L, that is.
Gil.
Gil.
I think it's
you're
actually
right.
Hill.
You're right. I'm goofing, man.
GIF.
Yeah.
Why isn't it HIF?
I like that a lot. That might be the best thing you've ever said.
We'll be
on
back.
that note.
Oh, man.
One more time.
For the love of God.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Okay.
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hey, that's Miss Sandy. Remember her from the plane with Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
And so they told us that she was going to come to a game, and kind of forgot about this story, if I'm being honest. And she was there for the Monday Nighter. So,
how about that?
And he came over after warm-ups, and they had a nice little moment as well. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Good stuff. I mean, again, on so many different levels, this turned out to be a really good night for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did you see that they gave Trinidad James the phone a little bit for
Yes.
the Jaguars pregame?
I did see the Trinidad James thing, and I got to bring it up.
Somebody sent it to me. I didn't know who it was.
What are you guys talking about?
Trinidad James is a
What do you
popular
mean?
rapper.
No, he's not.
Was a popular rapper from 2010, 11?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Yeah.
He was bumping.
Yeah.
And so they did.
He was on the sidelines, and the Jags just handed him the phone. He's like, yo, it's your boy Trinidad James
Oh.
in Jacksonville. As you see, I'm wearing teal. That's literally what he
Yeah. And he's like, I was born, I lived here for
Yeah, it
a
was
while.
something. But
It was the most random thing you'd ever see, Brent.
of all the humans,
He has no Jacks connections.
He said he lived there for a little bit. But like, Brent, like this, he was like a one-hit wonder
Yes.
in like 2010.
Yeah.
It'd have been like having like
All
Aqua,
gold everything,
who's
I
saying
believe.
like, all gold everything.
Like, if you had seen him down there, would you have recognized him?
No.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because, Brent, I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Yeah.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have said, hey, I'm Trinidad James, would have been like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
Brent,
really-
I haven't thought about him in 10 years.
Really think about how some of this stuff works, because the Jags crew that does a lot of that social is young,
Yeah.
which means they would have probably, if this was 10 years ago,
Yeah.
why would they have any idea?
Somebody had to be tipped off.
Well, I'm saying that's how this stuff works, right? They
Yeah.
probably said, hey, we're coming to the game, blah, 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 blah. So then they
Yes.
get tipped off, and then they're like, okay, well, let's do
Because he was
this.
on the
But
he was
like,
on the field.
yeah,
Yeah,
without, so he certainly got help to get down there.
Yeah, but here's my initial thought. How did that conversation go? Like, did his people call the Jaguars like, hey, we got Trinidad James in the city here if
Probably.
you're interested? And the Jaguars were like, oh, say no more, fam? Or were they like, who? That one song from 2010.
He knows, like, I bet he knows, like, Ryan Clark.
Goal.
And they helped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You know, something like that. I did see Swerve Strickland.
Down there. All the friend of the show, Harley Cameron, was down there doing her Jaguars Grawl thing.
AEW there tonight at Daly's Place and tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah.
AEWTix.com.
Let's go.
Mark Briscoe's in town, if anybody cares. Just ran into him on accident. AEW.
Is he supposed to share that? Is he hurt, though? Is he not supposed to?
If you see him on TV, be surprised.
Okay.
But he is in town, yeah.
Honest
mistake, Tony.
Hey, I heard, I didn't see this. I wasn't out for it. But
I'm just kidding.
The first Duval, no booze.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. So I guess that went over pretty
Crisis
well.
averted.
You know, the thing about that was pretty interesting is Van Pelt's kids are all Jags fans.
Cool.
So I think that kind of helped the moment, too.
over.
They're all like...
He also picked the Jags, too. He's the only guy on the panel.
He had to do that. He had to do that.
Well, that was getting goofy because all of NFL Live picked the Chiefs, too.
Everybody did.
I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, does that surprise you?
No.
I mean, all of them?
It's Jacksonville in prime time against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like, I get it.
I mean, but...
Casey, we picked against them. I did.
Yeah, I didn't do
I didn't
do
great.
anything.
I didn't feel great about them winning the game. I thought they would probably play pretty well in the game.
At least it wasn't traded at James. It would have got canceled.
I didn't think when it was headed to 14-0.
Yeah.
But I didn't think they were... I didn't necessarily feel good about winning the game because the Chiefs win games. Yeah. That's the problem.
I did. I'm not going to lie because I believe the spread that we had was 3.5.
3 did, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that what it stayed at? I think it was.
Well, for the picks, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, but I think it ended up at the kickoff.
Yeah, Casey wasn't here.
So when the Chiefs scored at the end, I was like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right.
All right.
Oh,
it was 4.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah. We'll take where we get
If you're going to lose, I mean, might as well lose.
Well, yeah, if you're going to lose, you might as well help me out.
Might as well cover the spread. I mean, it's the bare minimum you can do.
All right, I've got something for you to finish up the show, guys. All right. Trevor Lawrence has jumped from 100 to 1 to 40 to 1 in the MVP race.
I'm not going to bet that.
Let's
Hey, I'm just reading this.
temper expectations.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
Aiden Hutchinson's the favorite over Micah
does
Parsons.
he have like 25 sacks? How many sacks does he have?
He had 4. I don't know how many he got the other day.
Really?
Okay.
He had 4.
I've not seen one highlight of this guy all year.
I know. I was surprised to see that, too. But I know he had 4 in like a 2-game stretch.
He's in like 25 State Farm commercials.
Devin Lloyd enters the fray at 25 to 1 odds.
I'll take those odds right now.
5 now.
He's got 5 sacks, huh?
25 to 1.
25 to 1. With the numbers he's putting up, I think they just don't think that's sustainable. Be the guess. Vegas doesn't. But not a bad bet right now either at 25 to 1. But has a linebacker ever won Defensive Player of the Year? As Ray Lewis?
If he keeps taking the ball.
I mean, not an inside. Well, could you call him an inside? Well, what is he really?
He's on the weak side.
He's on the weak side, yeah. Not like that, I don't think.
I would
Maybe
have
Ray
to
Lewis
guess Ray
did.
Lewis.
Luke Kuechly?
Kuechly definitely.
You think so?
I feel like I've asked
Was
him.
he?
He had some interceptions, yeah.
I feel like I've asked him to write it before.
Okay.
That's how I know these things.
Yeah,
I
that
could be
makes sense.
wrong, but I feel like
Liam Coen is the new Coach of the Year favorite.
Of course.
Coach of the Year, yeah.
Over Shane Steichen. Steichen was number 1. That's
Back and
flipped
forth.
because of the Monday Nighter, basically.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Travis Hunter from 50 to 1 to 75 to 1. Egbuka remains the favorite by a lot.
Is good.
What is Ted McMillan? I guess
I don't have him on
touchdowns,
here.
Does he? Yeah.
He's not on here.
Dude, Abuka's disgusting.
Gabriel's on the board.
Also, did you see that video of Baker Mayfield yelling at
Yes.
Calling. Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Call him yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Before the game, then after the game, went back up to him.
I'm into it.
Well, see, I think people are into the Baker Mayfield thing so much. And I'm cool. Like, it's good. I think it's pretty neat for him because people are off Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's been awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. And it's a cool resurgence at his, just where his career. The Browns should have probably given up on him, or it shows you what coaching is, or whatever you want to say.
Sure. Yeah.
All those things. But I think Baker's a fun dude. Like, I think he's an easy guy to root for. And Tampa's not a team like you're sick of or hate or any of those things. But I also think people, in a way, they kind of want to see some of that stuff out of like a Trevor.
Sure.
You're not going to do that. You're never going to see that. Like, you're never going to see Baker Mayfield from Trevor Lawrence.
Of course.
And to the point of, I was thinking that guy in particular, if he makes the play that Trevor makes.
Baker Mayfield?
At the falling down.
Yeah.
Because they're both a little clunky sometimes running the ball. It's not always pretty.
Yeah.
But I could see Baker making that play.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually a Baker-esque play
100%.
if that had happened to him.
And then he would have pulled like a Happy Gilmore, got right in front of the camera, and just said, bleep everybody. I mean, he would have just went crazy.
Then he would have done that.
Yeah. Casey, since we're part of the Joe Burrow Swag Coalition, and obviously Joe Burrow's been...
Is that an actual thing?
It is now. Trademarked it.
That's good.
Thanks for playing.
He's broken. Yeah.
Obviously, he's out. Do we appoint Baker Mayfield now as the leader of the Quarterback Swag Coalition?
I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, we with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hamby, you don't get a vote because you had Kirk Cousins last year. So,
Do you have to miss the season or miss a portion of the season to be comeback player of the year?
Got to come back from something.
wait, say it again. Of this season?
Like, what qualifies you being comeback player of the year? Like, Dak Prescott is the new favorite, passing Christian McCaffrey. Those guys didn't miss the entire season, but they missed a good chunk of it.
McCaffrey didn't. McCaffrey pretty much missed the whole season.
And then Stephon Diggs is on the board at 12-1 because he was ACL, right?
Yeah, of course. Diggs definitely got hurt.
Yeah.
What happened to Dak?
Was it a foot thing? I think it might have been a foot.
He was out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was out. I don't know how much he missed. I just it might go all the way back.
But you have to miss.
I
Trust me,
don't really know
McCaffrey
the.
missed a ton.
Well, this is what my curiosity was like.
I picked him 1-1.
In a weird way, I guess, like Devin Lloyd's not coming back from anything.
No.
No, most improved player, sure. But
Maybe
he's
most
not
improved.
comeback.
Coming back from
Marcel
being
Robinson Award.
coming back from being terrible doesn't count.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
You can't just suck and then be good.
There's not a most improved player, is there?
No, I don't think there.
There is an NBA. I feel like there's.
Is there not a most improved?
Because if that's the case,
I don't think
then we need to get Marcel Robinson. You know how like they do like the player of the week or whatever,
Yeah,
or like the Nickelodeon thing. It's like by players, the teammates introduce him to their award. Have Marcel Robinson showcase the most improved player to Devin Lloyd.
Marcel would get punched in.
I think it'd be cool.
I don't think he would, but
Really?
Bummer.
I somehow don't think it would go over well if some random was like, "Hey man, you're a lot better at football now. It's
I
most
don't,
trophy."
yeah, I don't think anybody wants the most improved player.
No.
Marcel put it in a damn frame.
Well, he does. I'm saying in the NFL. Like, I don't think that's at the
Fine,
NFL
then
award show.
give him a most improved defensive scheme award to Coach Campanelli. Then I don't know. Like, what do you want?
You either are the defensive player of the year or you're not.
Things look better.
It's kind of an all or nothing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting out of here. Coming up next, Club 904 with me, O'Brien. 2 o'clock, Talent Talk with the University of North Florida Ospreys. And what do we got later on tonight? 7 o'clock at Jags Report Live at String Sports Brewery, Jax Beach. DeJuan Smoot will join us, talk about another big play on defense and the Jaguars' latest win, short week for them. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. and all across the platforms with Action Sports Jax. Enjoy your Tuesday. Get some sleep, everybody. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations,